Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? Welcome to our Achtung Cthulhu stream. This is the 2D20 version of the game. My name's Sam. I'm going to be taking you through the game with all these lovely people as well. And we're going to be testing it out because this is the in-development beta version of the game. We're quite tired here in the UK because it's 10 p.m, but we're going to power through for you tonight. If you're watching back on YouTube, we're live every Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's 10 p.m. UK time, right the way through until the war is over. Let me show you my lovely guests. Pruitt is from WebDM. He's a lovely player. He's having such a wonderful time as this American guy. He's entertaining me lots. Pruitt, what have you been up to this week? What are you getting up to next week? How are things going with you, man?
This week, we just got off of a big WebDM shoot last week, and so this week has been kind of getting back used to my muggle life. Just you know, dealing drugs and making IVs and stuff as I'm wont to do in my normal days. And so it's really good to get back with this crew and get back to kicking Nazis in the tentacles. And I can't wait to see where this goes as we're getting ready for this meeting in Vienna. What will happen? Yeah. Who will die?
It's all coming to a head here. Well, hopefully no one right now, but maybe people later. Virginia, I saw not maybe 3 hours ago.
Yeah, about that.
I work with Virginia at Modifius Entertainment. Virginia, what have you been up to this week that maybe you can talk about at work? I don't know, and other stuff. What else are you doing next week? What have you got coming up?
Well, this week, lots of work and reading things and, you know, general reviewing of stuff. Yeah, mostly, yeah, drafts and emails that, you know, get forwarded my way. Other than that, I did some fun casual D&D with Sam yesterday on Sam's channel. We're doing a Tal'Dorei campaign that I'm GMing for everyone, which is fun. I'll be better prepared next week. It'll be fine. Other than that, next week, more playing this and casual D&D and running my Star Trek game at the Roleplay Haven, which is the awesome roleplay club I'm part of.
So what you did mention is all the lovely, awesome congratulations we're getting from people who are now getting their John Carter stuff. We had some on Twitter today, Creative Octopus, I think, who was like live tweeting, unboxing their game. It was awesome, and we're very, very happy that you are happy with that. So that's really cool.
That's been really cool. Seeing people enjoying the GM screen and me just being like, I think I helped make people like it.
It's an awesome
So hopefully there's more of that as all of that stuff arrives to the good, lovely people that have ordered it. So.
Yeah, absolutely. On to Susanna Grace, who what day is this now for you of playing games and being awesome?
Day 5 of consecutive RP. Your girl's tired, but she's powering through. But yeah, I'm Susie, otherwise known as Susanna Grace, and yes, this is day 5 of RP. But it's been a very good week. We've had some good D&D. We've had some fun shenanigans in Fairy Tale Land yesterday on Encounter Roleplay, and on Sunday is the first session of the Lost Girls on WebDM, in which I'm playing a vampire trash child in the 80s, and I'm so excited. So Saturday's my day off, is my rest day, where I just recharge before the roleplay begins anew on Sunday. But I'm very excited to get back to Vienna today and get Elsie out there with Sherman the Iron Corgi Tetley, take down those Nazis.
That dog plays on my mind every single day. Not even joking.
I remind Sam about it at work a lot. Like, you know that dog? You can't kill the dog, Sam, because you don't do animal death. The dog will live forever.
Sam, you should talk to Jim Davis. He'll teach you the way.
Oh. No.
So if you hurt my dog, I'm coming down to London and I'm going to fight you.
No, I'm not into Animal Jeopardy. Leave me alone. Old one Jeopardy, though. Different matter.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. Shauna, what have you been up to this week? And have you got stuff coming up? What's going on with you?
Yeah, just happy to play a lot of D&D this week because I am a weather wimp, and it has been in the Northeast incredibly cold, so I'm super glad that most of the stuff that I'm doing here is indoors, because otherwise freeze. But
yeah, fair play. And Callum, what have you been up to this week? Anything interesting RP wise, podcast wise? Anything coming up for you?
I'm almost done editing this month's episode, which is about this other good role-playing club of London. There's not only Roleplay Heaven, there's also Phoenix Games Club, which will be the subject of the episode this month, and even featuring a slice of actual play with a game of 13 Age mastered by Dan Marriott from Phoenix Games Club. So yeah, if you want to see, I think I'm the only podcast mixing an interview with an actual play. So if you're into that, we're the one you should check it out.
It's a nice dynamic, actually. It's got something for everyone then at that point, and you can kind of space things about a bit as well. That's cool. Sweet. Well, I am Sam, otherwise known as RPG Webby. I am going to be mastering this game. I work for Modifius Entertainment. I'm also one half of Black Cats Gaming, and we're going to be kind of making some cool RPG content for you this coming year. Today we are going to be using Fantasy Grounds for our virtual tabletop stuff. Head over to fantasygrounds.com for all your Fantasy Grounds needs. You can get it on Steam, you can get it on their website and get a subscription. It gives you all the kind of stuff you need, from NPCs to like handouts you'll see tonight that you can make and plop into folders, plop being that technical term that you'll need later on. Otherwise, head over to waylandgames.co.uk for all your miniatures and gaming hobby needs. They've got a ton of stuff in their warehouse ready to ship to you, and they do all sorts of cool discounts on 40k, Warhammer, Age of Sigmar, all that kind of cool stuff as well. And finally, we've got some giveaways, I think, for Tabletop Loot. If you want to head over to tabletoploot.com, they have some beautiful dice. If you are one of the people, I guess, who retweets one of the tweets, yeah, thank you, Encounter Roleplay, almost there. If you retweet that tweet and we get 20 of them, then we will give one set of dice away for free from Tabletop Loot. And there is all sorts of cool ways to donate and support the stream as well as just kind of tipping us. But not only that, you can also award these lovely players some some kind of critical successes, some natural ones, or some complications, which are natural 20s. So bear in mind that because we're playing 2d20, that's all reverse. So low is good and high is bad. As well, you've got your wild magic surges that you can buy these guys, and then weird Cthulhu-y shit will happen to them. We'll try and roll on that D10,000 table, figure how we can get it into the campaign somehow, preferably in this session too. And then this month's special is a table of pets. We've already got a dog, but who knows? We might want other stuff too. Excuse me. So there we go. So without further ado, let's head off into the session. So let me recap. So our band of allied investigators were brought together by a strange benefactor last week called Alec Ward Grey, otherwise known as Viscount Taunton. He's tasked this ad hoc team of agents with making contact with an old friend of his, Gisela Voltron, whose fiancé has passed away under suspicious circumstances. While getting to know each other over a little dinner, the team and their sponsor came under attack from an unknown magical force, smashing the glasses in the room and causing their crystal shards to spread and grow, holding them all in place to the floor. Flying to Vienna, they began their investigation and quickly caused a stir in the Sphinx Book Club and are followed outside. Evading their pursuers, George and Captain Ward took a daring opportunity to slash the tires of a local SS officer. Spending the night together in the hotel, provided by Lord Taunton, this morning leaves you guys only one task: to meet the grieving fiancé of the late Dr. Ehrlichman. So your appointment with Fraulein Voltrun is for a house, which is an Austrian kind of brunch that you can get. You're destined to go to a coffee shop, the Café Gugelhupf. And seeing as you guys cased the joint yesterday in game, what kind of plan do you guys have for the meeting? What are you going to take? How are you going to position yourselves? And what's the approach overall?
I suggested that since there might be a chance that Constance, Sophia, and Elsie has been already noticed by some people, that the three of them proceed with the encounter, discussing with the contact, while maybe Captain Ward and myself stay in the background as cover as possible, and we intervene only if need be. What do you think of that, team?
I
I
think
that's a
that,
smart idea. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if our cover's been blown, there's no need to blow the captains and Giorgio. So,
And if something goes wrong, do you my suggestion was that we sort of split. I would go one way, trying to be stealthy with Constance, while you, Captain, and Sophia and Elsie steal a car or something. I mean, go your other way. But I don't know if you want. I mean, if we want to escape people, splitting might be better. But maybe we don't want to split the group. How do you feel about that? Do you have a preference?
didn't we have a rendezvous point? You said like the fairground or something, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a roundabout at the fairground, and we can meet there, or the Ferris wheel. Which
No, let's do that.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah.
So we split Constance and I and the three others the other way, and we'll see what happens. Worst case scenario.
Okay. Bearing in mind your belongings, guys, what equipment are you going to take with you? I'm thinking more in terms of maybe for civilians, illegal weapons you might have on you, or anything else that you might have to hand.
Well, the captain is going to be bringing his Colt 1911 because it can be hidden, and so he's got a nice little shoulder holster, has it tucked away under his jacket, and he'll probably also have like a boot dagger kind of like around his leg. But other than that, I mean, he just looks like a tourist in Vienna.
Nice. Pruitt, I'm going to get you to make the first roll of the night for me. I need to hide these things. So your core roll will be 2 d20s. I want you to roll for me. Let's have a quick look on my sheets here. I want you to roll for me coordination and stealth, please.
Okay, so that's coordination 10, stealth of 2, so my target number is 12. And like I said, it does have the quality hidden, so I know that I think that's when somebody's trying to look for it, it's a little bit harder to find. So
yeah. Basically, what I'm going to do with your roll is establish a difficulty, and then from that, if we do any searches later, then I'll have that as my difficulty. Your knife will be that bit more difficult to actually find.
Okay, cool. And all momentum resets, right? At the start of a new session?
Yeah, we are at 0 momentum, and I am at 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 threat.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna, I don't know, I got a target number 12, so I'm just gonna make a roll. So I got 1 success.
Okay. So the difficulty 1 for me a bit later on, and then difficulty 2 for the knife. Cool. Nice and simple.
Okay.
Whereabouts is that place, the cult?
Like I said, the Colt is it's in a small, like, kind of shoulder holster underneath his arm. So it's under his jacket, kind of under his arm. He probably like has like a paper tucked under that arm, you know, just kind of to you know, so to speak, hide the bulge. Anyway, and so sorry. I literally just got off of 8 hours at work, so I'm a little loopy. So yeah, he's got that, and he's ready to go.
Cool. Okie dokie. Virginia, any particular things you are leaving at the hotel or you're bringing with you that you definitely think you need?
I don't have any weapons or anything like that. I don't carry guns like I think some
You
of the
fool.
party do. Well, you know, I didn't come with that kind of background. I worked at a bookstore.
I like it. You came with books.
I will
Just throw the books at people.
It's a lot of books to carry around, though. I mean, some occult tomes are like hefty size. No, I will, in my kind of I imagine she's got like a little satchel-y kind of bag that she keeps her kind of like writing kit and stuff in. I will shove my ritual tools in there. So that's my athame, my ritual blade, some incense, and can't remember what else I put in here, and I wrote this bit.
That's cool. You
got that? And a candle. It's the kind of basic. It would all easily fit in a bag.
Cool. You got that equipment chapter on the Google Drive, haven't you? So
I do.
Yeah, if you do, take a look down. Find the one of the melee weapons. We've got like a thumb knife.
Oh, okay.
So you can use that as its stats. If you do actually grab it out and use it as a knife, if you want.
I'm going to say that my athame is probably blunted, because athames aren't really working knives. In the interest of fairness, but yeah, she doesn't carry a weapon. She could probably like hit someone with it; it'd still be heavy, but it's not a sharpened blade.
It is only one challenge dice of damage. So I mean, I'm cool with it either way.
Okay. I'll bear it in mind, but yeah, I don't think she would use her athame to strike somebody. That'd be a bit of a no-no for her, I think.
Cool. All right.
She has other things.
Fair enough. Susanna, what are you equipping yourself with?
So I'm going to keep my Browning high power pistol in my handbag.
Oof.
But Elsie also has a trench knife, which I feel like she just keeps in her toolbox and kind of just goes like, maybe not take this. Can't really conceal this in a nice outfit.
You know, the trench knife has one of those massive guards on it. There's basically brass knuckles on top. Yeah.
Look, it's tough up north. You need the equipment to survive.
It's grim. We need a spin-off of like some kind of stuff on the moors happening with you and just that trench knife and just being chased.
One woman, the moors, a weekend. But yes, she's not going to try and tuck a trench knife into her nice outfit.
Like 10-inch blade. No.
Trying to imagine tuck that in her skirt. No, but she will keep her pistol in her handbag.
Cool. All right. Shauna, what about you?
Sophia's just gonna bring her usual bag. She has a similar thing of like a set, like a large like handbag full of books, but she is gonna take her special History of Hellenistic Worlds book, which has a concealed handgun in it. And she's gonna keep that in her knapsack.
All right.
And I think she maybe worked something out with the people that aren't coming, that are gonna be kind of like observing for us, that if she takes off her glasses and wipes them, that's like her signal if on their side there's something that we need to leave.
Okay. Everybody get that?
I just hope your contact won't be, spitting in your direction. You're like, I really need to wipe my glasses, but we should stay. We should stay.
George, you've got a bit of an arsenal on you, haven't you? What about?
Not an arsenal. I've got this beautiful little thing. This is a Spanish knockoff of World War I French.
Expecting special effects, man. What's this?
So it's Ruby. It's my handgun, which got the hidden trait, and I will have it on my person. I don't think I will take the silencer because it's not this kind of situation, and it's kind of, it starts to be a lot of things on my person. So, but what I will take is a few elements from my disguise kit. So, a fake beard, lipstick, not for me, a bit of shoe shine, which can be used, and a comb. This sort of thing.
So like, so just a bit of a quick change type thing.
Yeah.
Cool. That's all right. Yeah, you can take your disguise kit. Absolutely no problem. That's all cool. All right. So let's just set the scene in terms of the cafe, and then you guys can approach as you like. The cafe Google Hop is full of patrons around about 10:30 when you arrive, all sipping coffee. And they're supping on sweet pastries and cakes as well. Old grey-bearded Austrian men play chess on iron tables outside the cafe, while inside there's a bright hum of German conversation filling the breezy summer air. The windows are open quite low down, and the steam of the coffee drifts into the street and into the nostrils of the passers-by. You study your customers, the customers' faces, and in the back of the cafe, you see an elegant, pale German woman wearing a black dress, who has kept her black down-tilt sailor hat on, with brown curled hair peeking underneath. A lace net covers her face with a shock of red lipstick underneath. So I believe it's the ladies who are entering the cafe. Who's taking the lead on this one?
Maybe one of us entered early, Captain.
If you like.
I was planning on staying on the exterior until everybody got in, and then coming in afterwards. So if you want to go ahead and go in and find a seat.
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah, he was gonna kind of hang out and just see like if anybody was following, whatever. He's kind of, like I said, he had a paper, so he's just kind of sitting on the corner, just like pretending to read a paper that he can't read.
So I will go in and try to really mingle with the clientele, etc. Have a nice pint of lager, etc.
Yeah, you get a breakfast beer at the bar. This is a German thing, and that's what they do. Probably a wheat beer, to be honest with you. Some knowledge of beer customs, but yeah, you just want to sit at the bar. Do you want to sit kind of a bit back from people, kind of towards the wall with the windows? What do you think?
Yeah, kind of the bar. I mean, the one of the end of the bar, so I can move a bit. What's the mood? Is it? You said it's brunch, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I will have brunch at the counter. If it's like in France, maybe it's cheaper, so it looks like a more low-level customer. So I will be there having my breakfast. Brunchy. Some Kartoffel.
Hitler walks into a bar and orders a Belgian. Okay, sure.
What? No, Kartoffel.
I'm quitting chat. Cool. So you head at the bar. You have a direct line of sight towards this woman, as described. With Prue outside, ladies, you enter once Georges has settled down at the bar. You do all notice this woman, dressed all in black, with a veil over her face and the shock of red lipstick underneath. You see her apply powder under her eyes, and she runs a finger along her lower eye, and then she sits still, just looking at her reflection in the compact mirror. She doesn't seem to be doing anything for a second. Then she just stays there, and then she goes back to a bit more powder, and then just kind of stays again. Leans back a little. What are you guys doing?
Is there anyone like sitting at a table behind her, or just behind her in that general direction?
Yes, sorry, I should have said. She is at the very back corner of this section of the cafe. I'm imagining it in a kind of an L shape, with the bar along the two sides. George has taken a position up a bit further up that side, and then she is in the kind of, as I'm picturing the plan, the bottom right-hand corner. She's by a window, but she's got some high booth seating obscuring your vision. You can't tell whether she's got any company or not, but you can see all of her mirror work and her applying her makeup.
Can I try and use my observation to work out if she was looking at something out of the window with her mirror? Because I've got focus and instincts. Like, does it feel like that's what she was doing, or was she just taking a really good long look at whether or not her makeup looked good? Sure.
I mean, if you think that, you can totally think that. I'm up for that. If you want an actual answer, you can roll if you want.
I would like to, if that is okay.
Yeah, sure.
That's insight, isn't it?
Yeah, insight. Yeah. This is just going to be difficulty 1, and so insight observation.
Yeah, so insight is
Your
9.
instincts
and
will come in
observations-
here as well for your focus.
Cool. So my target number is 12.
Cool. And what? So your observation is what?
Observation is 3, and my insight is 9.
Cool. So for the folks at home, anything that rolls under a 3
no.
means 2 successes.
I have
And
1
a
success. and a
20 means complication. Now you guys get this option first of all. Do you want to buy this off with 2 threat, or do you want me to introduce something?
I say we
Do you
see
wanna
what it
just-
looks like.
Let's see.
Yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
This
do
is
this
where
straight
drama
up.
has.
Yeah. I wasn't going to do this straight up, but you know what? Let's think. Elsie, you feel a presence behind you.
Oh, God.
Walk past you from right to left up towards the bar. He sits down about 3 stools away from Georges. You glance over, and it's one of the men from the Sphinx Reading Club. One of the men that was at the back of the library section mezzanine that you were on.
Mhm.
And he casually takes out a paper. It's the Nazi-owned German newspaper now. So there's no unique Austrian kind of official press now, I believe. It's more like anything like that is a bit more underground. Interestingly enough, a lot of the kind of middle-class Austrians still listen to the BBC secretly, even in this kind of period just before the war. But there's definitely all the newspapers you see around you are these propaganda machines for the Nazis everywhere. It describes an issue with it's basically Hitler calling out the Allied forces in a sense of the Germans at the moment really feel like they're owed Poland. There's actually I can't remember if this was joined up, but there was a section of land north of Germany over to the east that Poland had cut off. And they were looking to re-establish that connection. Not only that, but actually, without anybody's knowledge on the Allies' side, and certainly not yours, they were building up on their military forces on the edge of Poland. Danzig, Callum's helpfully said to me in chat. That's true. Yeah, that's it. Any history buffs in chat as well can help me out too, because that's all kind of cool stuff. So all of these papers are, and if someone I was independent, good one, Callum, you can talk, it's cool.
I don't want to interrupt. So Danzig was a free city, independent from any country beside itself. It was cut from Germany by a corridor because Harold Wilson, the U.S. president, considered that for any country to be successful, any country like Poland, it needed access to the sea. And this access to the sea cut Danzig from the rest of Germany. Danzig being a city with a lot of Polish individuals, but also a lot of German-speaking individuals. So it could not be part of Poland exactly. So it was kind of a arrangement to make it a independent city. But yeah, that's one of the many things Hitler took advantage of during the appeasement period to conquer land without igniting a war. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm done.
there we
Over.
You don't happen to know what the German newspaper was at the time, do you?
No, I don't.
No. Oh, okay. Whatever the mouthpiece for the Nazis was, that is everywhere in this cafe. But yeah, so more importantly, you see the man from the Sphinx Reading Club yesterday, and from the glance that you had, he's just casually sat down and he's just got his paper. You hear him order basically an espresso, and he just sits patiently at the counter.
Okay, and he like brushed past me to get there, right?
He did, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that was intentional to be like, sup, I know you're here. Either way, I feel like Elsie would very quietly just mention to Sophia and Constance, one of our friends from the Sphinx place is here. Just heads up. He's at the bar.
Yep.
Sorry, Sam, with my success on that, do I get the feeling that she was looking something other than herself in that mirror?
She definitely angled the mirror towards the window. And the fact that she'd paused is because she clearly could not see her own face in that mirror at the time.
Right, okay. Are we just heading over?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Sophia
Cool.
will
So
just head over.
Sure. As you head over, you get further towards the table. You see that she obviously is the kind of back seat, so she's got the full scope of the cafe in front of her. On the table is a double espresso with some whipped up cream on top, and there's a slice of Gugelhupf cake, which is a kind of marble cake the Austrians like to tuck into. And she sits there. As you approach the table, you get a lot closer. She closes the compact and looks up at you.
Sophia will just kind of bend down and just say, Miss Waldron?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then she'll just like she'll kind of like edge over into the booth and just kind of sit down. Hello. We mutual friends and just want to check in how you're doing with your passing of your late husband. I had a hard time getting in here. It's so busy here. It's like I wasn't expecting to be as crowded, and she'll just kind of like lock eyes and like kind of like dart her eyes real fast to her.
Mm-hmm. Sure. She smiles for just a second, and then explosively she says, darlings, please come in, please sit down.
Oh,
She goes to kiss you all on both cheeks. Again, kind of taking the scene kind of by the, as she grips it, and she sits you all down in the booth rather explosively. Oh, I'm so glad you could come to town for this. I'm so glad. I'm so upset. But where is Alec? Is Alec here?
Alec didn't come with us, no.
She pulls out a handkerchief from her purse, and it's got a kind of gold and red trim. But it's a white handkerchief. You just see in the corner, kind of inversed, because on the other side, you see a little dash that she's got like a GW stitched into the corner, and it's stained a little bit blue in places, like very strangely. But she kind of dabs her eyes, and she you look at her, and she is genuinely quite upset. Tears are forming in her eyes. I'm so upset he could not make it. So please, I guess you want to know some arrangements about the funeral, yeah? It's the family is here, obviously, this was his home, so he's going to be buried in the cemetery out beyond the Ringstrasse in a couple of days. I thank you for turning up. It would mean the world to him. And she's going on and on about these funeral arrangements. Anything you want to intercede at this point?
I'm gonna kind of just like let the Price sisters deal with this one, but I'm looking, like I'm doing the whole patting her on her arm, like, oh, there, love, it's all right, I'm playing along with the whole charade. But I'm gonna let the Price sisters handle the talky talk.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, Sophia's just gonna be like, oh, how are you holding up? I'm sorry we couldn't make it earlier. Like, sorry, we're late and stuff like that.
Cool. Okay. Yeah. So basically, she doesn't actually like wave anyone over to like get an order for you guys. So unless you want to pull someone over, she basically kind of in between talking, just takes a few bites of her marble cake. She again talks a bit about the funeral arrangements. She doesn't actually mention anything particularly meaningful to your mission here, strangely. And then she says towards the end, and she please, the check, and she brings someone over, and as she puts down some money for the check, she gets up hastily and says, I'm so sorry I could not stay longer. There's so much to arrange. I'm very sorry.
Well, thank you. We'll see you at the
See you at the
the
funeral.
arrangements. See you funeral. Glad you're holding up as well.
Cool. And she fumbles with her bag as she leaves, and she gets up.
Is she doing that? Can I just quickly check the guy at the bar to see what he's doing in response
Okay.
to this?
Do you want to make this obvious, or do you want to make this sneaky? Because he is like to your 7 o'clock.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, I want to make this sneaky.
Okay, you have to roll stealth for me.
Okay. So what else is that in as well as stealth?
Up to you. How do you want to try this? I'd say probably agility is maybe part of this, because you're kind of trying to not make it look like you're turning around, or maybe it's something like coordination because you're trying to be careful with your movements, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. So how I would do it is like Elsie's wearing her hair in like loose like pin curls, so I'd like to pretend like she's fixing one of her pins in her hair as she peeks over and looks. So let's try a coordination stealth. My target is 12.
Cool, I love that. So because you've got to look over your shoulder, this is going to be difficulty 2. Do you want to buy any more dice?
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
So at the top of the game session, everyone's got their fortune back. So we've got 3 fortune points each to spend. They let you re-roll dice, or before you roll, they let you set one of your dice to a crit success before you roll the others. So did you want to re-roll that?
Yeah, let's re-roll that, shall we? Let's
Right.
do that. Let's give that a re-roll. God, dice. Oh God.
All right. So
One success.
1 success. So I'll let that succeed at cost. You look. I'll let it succeed at cost. Do you want it to succeed at cost? Basically, I'll get like a complication out of this. But I can give you information.
We get information. We've seen this guy before. He's the sneaky boy. I don't like him. So yeah, let's succeed at cost.
Who would win? 5 intrepid adventurers or 1 sneaky boy?
I mean, hopefully us.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Succeed at cost.
All right. You do the curl turn, and you look, and the guy is actually casually sat with his paper, still nose down in it. He looks pretty casual, not at all attentive, or prepared or tense. So you get the impression that he has not spotted you yet. I'm going to bank myself a couple of threats for that.
Sam actually puts what I would assume would be whatever she's paying the bill with on the table. I'm guessing we're all kind of standing up as she goes to leave as well. I want to put my bag in front of it so the view of that tray is blocked, and just kind of pull it towards me and take a glance and see if there's anything on the tray that
there is a
she's tried to
handkerchief on
pass
there.
us. I'm going to take the handkerchief, hoping that my bag has kind of blocked this from view, and just kind of put it in my, move my bag with it and put it into my pocket for now. So hopefully no one's seen that. And yeah, if there is actually a bill to pay that there's no money down there, I will leave some money in the tray.
No, that's cool.
Ooh.
She's paid. She's covered the bill, but we do have a little handout here for you. If you guys want to have a look. This is the napkin that you find. It has been written on in fountain pen.
So it says, meet me where...
Don't worry, folks. We've got a new engineer on today, and I think they pressed the wrong button.
That's all right.
We were hoping to show you this beautiful thing. There we go.
So it says, meet me where young lovers like to stroll and families to picnic beneath the shadow of the wheel tonight at dusk. Don't delay, there isn't much time. I don't know who may be watching, calmly leave. So if I've managed to kind of glance this, I'm going to put it in my pocket and just be like, yeah, it's been really lovely to see you, and hopefully we can help you out with the arrangements. You know where we are if you need us. And very, very calmly just start ushering kind of I'm assuming that Elsie's next to me, like I'm in the middle of this.
Sure.
And just kind of get out calmly. I'm not going to look over in the direction of the bar where Elsie said that guy is. I'm just going to play oblivious and then follow everyone out when we go out.
Cool. Okay. She leaves the cafe. Pruitt. She walks across the road onto your side of the road. She walks down kind of southbound, away from, I believe, where we kind of maybe said your hotel was. So she's walking in the other direction.
Okay. And do I notice? I'm just going to kind of stay there, looking in the front glass. Obviously, I don't see any of my people come like running out or anything. So I'm just going to hang tight and just kind of watch to see if anybody comes out and heads in the same direction as her. See if she's being followed.
Okay. I am spending 1, 2, 3. Let's think. 7 threat as a black is it BMW classic car pulls up outside the cafe. The front door opens, the passenger side, out steps an SS military man, SS guard. Close the door, goes to the back and opens the door, and out steps the SS officer from yesterday.
Whose tires I slashed?
Yeah. The guy behind him. Behind him is another truck, basically, that pulls up very briefly, and so we've got 3 other officers step out from there. So not officer level, sorry, but just like SS troopers. They are all carrying MP40s. The officer you spot immediately is armed with a sidearm at his just off to his hip, inside the hip, and they begin to walk into the cafe. So anything you'd like to do straight away?
Is there any chance I would have recognized the sound of a truck pulling? I mean, makes quite a rather recognizable noise if you're familiar with it, I guess.
Sure.
And the troops jumping from it?
Yeah, sure. You hear a car pull up outside, you hear a truck pull up, and just glancing out of the large, they're not bay windows, we had this conversation earlier, like large kind of plane windows that you can like pull up and down. You see, because of the level of this truck, a couple of the SS troopers jump down. You just glance at them jumping down from your viewpoint. So yeah, you're alert as well to this, don't worry.
Okay, I punched the spy who was somewhat next to me.
You wanna? So he's 3 stools away from you. You want to jump out and get him?
I don't run, but I stand. I walk towards, like I'm going to the toilet, but I punch him instead, and I yell at the others.
What was that last bit, mate?
I yell to the girls, saying, "Get out of the back! They're coming."
Okay.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I just
Callum,
yep.
Callum, you have started combat, so we're going to go into turns and rounds, okay? So if you want to roll for me a agility plus fighting skill test, please.
Okay.
Hand-to-hand would apply with the focus. And then I am not going to react because he is a bit kind of flat-footed at this point.
Okay.
I mean, he does not even look up. He is engrossed in whatever newspaper article he is reading just then. And as you walk up to him, you're ready. just in that split second, just as you're about to lamp him, just on the back of his neck, just under his hairline, you see the little tattoo of a cog with a wolf's head rampant inside. Not rampant, facing left, just inside. Just a little one.
Okay. Can you remind me, fortune, I can spend it after I rolled, right?
You can to reroll. You can also spend it beforehand to set one of your dice to a 1 instead of rolling it.
I will do that. I will set one of my dice to a 1 then.
Okay, so first dice that you're going to roll on the little app here on Fantasy Grounds, we're going to just treat that as a 1. Okay?
Okay.
A 1 and a 2. You got hand to hand?
Now.
No. All right then. So that is 2 successes. I believe it's difficulty 1 for hand to hand. So you've generated. It's 3 successes. Sorry, because of the 1. So you've got 2 momentum. So now we're going to roll some challenge dice. So we do these custom dice. So they're custom faces. The 1 is 1 stress. The 2 is 2 stress. 3 and 4 is a blank. The 5 is an effect, and the 6 is an effect. So that's how we'll treat the D6 here. But obviously, if you're playing in person, there'll be some custom dice for that. They're D20s, man. It's not helpful. So
Sorry.
before you roll, by default, let's have a quick look at you. You are rolling 2 challenge dice. You can roll more. You can buy 1 challenge dice per momentum you spend.
So what do challenge dice do? Sorry?
Damage, basically.
Damage.
Inflict stress on the guy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What do you think, folks? Should I spend momentum on that damage on this one or not?
Don't know. Are you trying to kill this guy?
No, I just want to knock him out. Or at least impair him pursuing us. I think
We might need that momentum here in just a minute.
Yeah.
I feel like starting a cafe brawl when a bunch of SS boys have just shown up is maybe like we might need some momentum and do some prayers, actually, chat, if you could.
I prefer to start it once we've got the number advantage. There's 1 of them and there's 4 of us. In a second there will be much more, so we can discuss other thinking.
I might be able to deal with that.
Now's the time, chat, to give them those nat 1s for some crit successes.
Okay, so I rolled 2 d6s. Is that what you're saying, Sam?
Yes, you can roll more if you want, but if you don't want to spend any momentum, then don't.
Just 2. No. Let's go.
So that is 1 stress inflict, 2 stress inflicted, and 1 effect, because the effects count for a stress. And so that's not enough to give him an injury, but you clock him round the head, come down into the bar, and he cracks his head on the bar, and just slowly gets back up. Okay, so at this point, with your 2 momentum, you guys could do something in our rounds and turns that we call keeping the advantage. So, do you want to keep the advantage, which means that one of you guys gets to go next, and that's up to you who goes next, or we can hand it back over to the SS boys.
Let's keep the advantage.
I would like to keep the advantage and go try to help my my team out inside.
Cool. All right.
Right now, where are all of the Nazis? Are they like already in, or are they like on the sidewalk going in?
By Nazis, I mean like technically the SS guys, because there are some Nazis around. Like, no.
Right. The Nazis that we're worried about right now.
Yeah, they are all currently outside the cafe. As George has just punched this guy, the SS officer is just outside the front door of the cafe. The cafe door is open, and several of the windows are open. They're about 6-7 foot off the ground before. They're the large windows that have the two panes that you can slide up and all the way down. So they've taken the top half and they've slid most of them all the way down so that you get a bit of air in the cafe on a pretty hot day.
Okay. Right. And inside the truck, is the driver still just in there, or did he get out as well?
The truck is ready to pull out again. It's just waiting for a bit of traffic to move past it on the left-hand side.
Do I want to steal a truck or a car?
Get me to either of them and we are good.
I am going to start crossing traffic.
Okay.
And I basically want to create a bit of confusion, because if it's waiting to get out because of traffic, I'm going to kind of Frogger it and kind of run out there like I'm trying to run over whatever and cause a bit of a traffic jam.
Sure.
And as I do that, I'm basically going to try to do a bit of what we did yesterday, and I'm gonna act like I'm like just out of control or whatever, and kind of stumble right as I get to the front of the car. And as I stumble down, I'm gonna go down and like pop the tire with my knife.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna mess around with these rules for the purposes of this a little bit. Bear with me,
Sure.
folks. This isn't necessarily an entirely accurate representation of the beta at the moment. Right. So this is going to be coordination. It's going to be persuasion for the act of like messing this up.
Yeah.
Kind of messing up your steps and stuff.
Yeah.
But it is going to then be melee weapons as the focus, which I don't think you there
I do not have. So that'll be an 11 is my 11 is my target number, or my number.
Elsa Braithwaite got something. Constant Price, you got some stuff too.
Jordan's a big spender.
I'm thinking these are I'm thinking
Successes.
these are nat successes, right? Can we get a nat success up for?
Pretty sure. You should check out Jordan's spooky stories. He's great.
Awesome.
John's a cool guy.
Oh my god, more spends.
And all of his T-shirts. I might go put on one of his T-shirts right now.
If you get out of this alive, I think you should.
Oh yeah. Well, we shall see. So, how many successes do I need here?
Okay. If you want to do this quick, so this can succeed with cost. So I'll let you do this regardless. If you succeed on difficulty 2, then I am going to let you do this flawlessly. So you do this, you pop the knife out, poof, there goes the tire, right?
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to spend a fate point to make one of my dice 2 successes. And
Cool. Yeah. So that first D20 will be a natural 1. And we'll score you that.
And here's
You
my
also
other
have a
roll.
free. Oh, cool.
Okay. So
Okay.
I got 2 successes.
Nice. Oh man, nat successes all round in chat. Good stuff. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yeah, you do this flawlessly. You walk out in front of the car. I'm guessing that's like gonna be passing the truck. It beeps at you a couple of times. There's an angry German man with a big moustache behind the wheel, shouting at you in German. Scheiße! As you step, how do you want to do this? As you step forward, as you're heading towards this big tire on this side of this truck, how do you want to kind of roll over and do this?
Well, basically, I'm just going to, like, as the guy honks, I'll just kind of be like, and be startled and just kind of, fall to the side. And as I do, just kind of like try to pop the front tire of it and just kind of get up and try to slip my knife back in my pocket and brush myself off and thoroughly trying to look like I'm good, like morning breakfast drunk.
A drunk we all know.
Mm-hmm. it's the best drunk to get rid of other drunk. Anyway. Hair of the dog.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah, not a problem. I'm going to spend a cheeky little threat here, so I'm down to 6. One of the SS guys turns around, just the one at the back of the group.
Mm-hmm.
Turns around, he's got his MP40. He turns right the way around and looks at you.
Okay.
And that's where we'll just pause there for their turn. Gonna monologue a bit now, guys. Don't mind me. The SS officer steps into the cafe. And I suppose only for Sophia's benefit, because she's the only one. Oh no, so George as well. George, you've heard this too. He steps in, and he shouts, "Yesterday, my motorcycle tire was slashed." Yeah, man. It's the Germans here. I apologise to any Germans listening.
No, I'm sorry.
Waiting all
You're
day
not
to
making
hear
fun of
this.
Germans. You're not making fun of Germans. You're making fun of Nazis if they think that that's what you're doing.
Those wacky Nazis. Yeah, I'm just
Movie trope.
So I'm confused by the situation now. Where's
right.
the guy?
As he is saying that, I'm actually going to make it this guy at the bar's turn. He turns around to you and he grabs you with both hands. The enemy is listening. It's true. And I am going to attack you. So let's make this agility and fighting. I'm going to spend a threat. I think I'm good on that. 6 gets me a success, and a 15 does not. So with 1 success, I do manage to lamp you. This is going to be 2 brawn. Ooh, brawn's quite high. I'll have another one of them. Another one of them. 1, 2 stress. If you can mark 2 stress off your boxes for me, George. That is not enough to give you an injury, so you are okay. He grabs hold of you, shakes you, pushes you forward into the kind of middle of the bar, toppling over one of the tables, just nudging it, and it kind of rolls a little bit. The patrons kind of like jump up. Ah, what the hell? And it's like coffee goes places, and you guys are now in a little brawl. So the SS officer is by the door. I'm not going to keep the initiative. It's now down to one of the 3 ladies. Who wants to go next?
How many of the SS officers are now inside the cafe?
1, the SS officer.
Just 1. And then so none of the others have come in that were outside?
In this split second, they're about to walk in.
Would they be considered in close range?
No, these guys are at medium range. Definitely. So in terms of descriptive ranges, because we're doing a little bit of kind of theory of the mind jobby here. So everything within let's say the cafe is split into 2 zones, effectively. You've got the lower L and the upper L. They're 2 zones. So actually to you, I'll tell you what, I'll give you that. The SS officer is close range to you.
Is the guy who's holding George in close range?
No, he is
as well?
medium range.
He's medium. Oh.
He is medium range. Purit's either like left the iron on or had some brilliant idea. I'm not even sure what's going on.
Okay, in which case I will probably wait for a minute then if one of the other ladies wants to do a thing.
Yeah, I have an what's the cost to add a let me see, just 1 second.
That's all right.
To add a truth to the scene.
So you can spend a fortune point to you can spend a fortune point to immediately add a truth to the scene that just like wouldn't have been the case otherwise. Normally, if you want, what you can do is I could ask for a difficulty 2 test, and if you succeed, then it's like you've done something for the for the scene to make the truth and to change the scene in some way. But as I said, you can spend a fortune point to just have something happen.
As
Saying
observation,
that, we have just had a magic weird ass surge crack on. Who wants to roll the magic surge for me while Shauna and I are figuring out her actions?
I can do that.
Right. Okay. Cool. You figure that out for me and let me know what that is.
So, is this the kind of cafe that has like candles and stuff set up on their tables?
Absolutely does. Yeah, they're all off at the moment, but they will be lit later.
I want to light one of those and then light the tablecloth on fire and yell fire in German.
Oh, I like that. I bet fire's really obvious in German and it just completely slipped my mind. Anyway.
Yeah.
Lit fire?
Nice. Quite possibly.
I don't know.
Chat, what's German for fire? Right, so yes, so sorry. You can absolutely do that. It'll take up your action. So actually, if you didn't want to spend the fortune point, I could let you roll for it and you could be doing this. Did you want to guarantee it? Did you want to spend that fortune point and get it done?
Yes. Well,
all right, cool.
I'll do also, since we need this, I'll spend the one to get that done.
Cool. All right. So you spend that one fortune point. You, I reckon you dive into Constance's bag and whip out a match. Strike it. I'm trying to think of something pulpy. I don't know, like strike it on the side of your dress or something, or like strike it along the wall, the kind of stucco wall, and then set the tablecloth on fire.
And maybe
and then, What do we get an answer with this?
Maybe.
So it's an item, Sam. It's not like a magic surge.
Okay,
so
that's cool.
I think it's I get a cool. You have to pick out a cool, weird magic mythos item for me.
Oh my god! All right. Okay. I haven't yet downloaded Secret Weapons of the Secret War yet, and I feel like now I need to.
I know Nathan's in chat.
Nathan, we need a secret weapon of the Secret War. Do your thing.
We need a cool mythosy occulty thing, please, Nathan.
Please, occult. Or horrifying, it could be. All right, so and you yell fire in German. I
oh my god,
don't know
fire.
how to pronounce that.
It's
fire. There's fire.
Okay. Nice. Okay, cool. So you that and patrons around you, particularly very close to you, not only are looking at the fire and they're worried about that, they get straight up. A couple look at you as if to like, what the fuck are you doing? As people start to scramble around this cafe. Okay. Anything else quickly you want to do as a little parting shot? We've done the action, but anything incidental?
I want to look at the other two. It's like out the back. I'm gonna help your back. I'm gonna just take out that book and then just kind of go toward George.
Sure. Ladies, at a glance over the counter, presumably if you're looking at the SS officer to your right-hand side, almost directly opposite over the bar to you is a little kind of staff back door towards the back of the cafe. So that's pretty close by. Do you want to keep the initiative again? I don't believe, Virginia, we've got any momentum left.
No, I haven't got any written down.
So you can give me 2 threat if you want, and we'll keep the initiative for you guys. If you guys wanted to act next.
So the situation, the other soldiers are still outside, but they could shoot at us through the windows eventually.
Oh yeah.
Should we keep the initiative and get out of here? I feel like that might be a good idea.
Might.
I mean, what's the worst he could do with 2 threat?
Lots.
Susanna.
I mean, I guess we could give the Nazis a turn.
Yeah.
Come on, let
we give the Nazis a turn. Yeah.
Oh, give the Nazis a chance. Yeah, look where we are now.
Let's give Sam the threats. I'm sure I know he's a fair game master. We'll make good use of them.
All right, what are we doing, guys? No discussions, only decisions.
2 threats.
I'm happy to
for
go
you.
whatever you guys want.
Yeah.
Who votes for threats? Threats.
Let's just give him some threat.
Yeah,
Alright,
screw it. Let's
cool.
give him some threat. Yep.
Right,
And-
back up to 8. V, Susie, one of you is up next. Who wants to go next?
I will start reaching towards my handbag and like put my hand in it on my pistol, but like make my way to the door and like on the way be like, oh no, bump into some tables and like try and make this fire bigger. As I'm walking past. Like just like I'm
Right.
being a really clumsy panicked lady, you know, like, oh no, there's a fire.
Cool. All right. I'm gonna ask you to roll.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? What in terms of attributes, in terms of skills? How are you doing this? Basically, I'm going to ask for a difficulty 2 test, and that's going to make this file worse. It's going to increase. So we've already got a truth for the scene now, which I'm just going to call fire, or even better, foyer, if that's the joke.
Sam, call it "This is fine."
This is fine.
This is
Okay.
fine.
This is fine. Where am I?
Okay.
This is fine.
I feel like it's a coordination.
This will become "This is fine too," if you succeed here.
Shouldn't that be as well? Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, this is fine also,
No, it's
Yeah.
or maybe this is fine also. This
Zeus.
This. It's gonna be this, right?
also. This is fine also. Right. Too much German.
Could I make a case for coordination athletics?
Oh yeah, man, I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You got to barge that
So-
table, right?
Right? And you know, if you panic, there's a fire, you're not going to be particularly careful. So my target is 12. I'm going to roll.
All right. Do you want to buy any dice? Do you want to spend any fortune?
It's going to be a difficulty 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think I will actually spend a fortune to buy a dice.
So fortune
Oh,
lets
no,
you
buy a
set a
crit
dice to a crit
success. Yes,
success.
crit
Yeah,
success,
you've
yeah.
got a free one as well. Remember from our
Oh, I do! I
lovely
do!
patron. And now monster attacks. I might have to save that for later.
Okay, so I already have a crit success from the donation, so I'm just going to roll normal
Sure.
and use that one that I've been...
I'll let
So
that be your
helpfully
third
given.
dice. That's fine.
Yeah, cool. 2 successes.
Three in
three.
total.
3 in total.
Yeah. So you get 1 momentum, and this is fine also. But yet more tablecloths are lit, and even some of the wooden bar just starts to singe and smoke in one corner, as that's where you are. You've
Sorry,
still
you
got
re-
some.
Sorry, very Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mhm,
Yeah,
we're-
absolutely. You do still actually have a kind of minor action, which you could move into the next zone. So I'll let you vault over the bar top as well if you like to move back behind the bar.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
you
dressed
are
like a
just-
lady wearing my skirt and my jacket, but I'm just going to vault over this bar like it's Starsky and
That's
Hutch and
nice.
that's a carb on it.
Nice.
Oh, I'm into it.
I guess we'll save that momentum.
How many points was
There you-
that? 1.
Just the one, yeah.
1. Cool.
Pop that down. All right, sweet. Cthulhu and Counter role-playing restaurants don't mix. That's a review for life, man. That's it.
Oh, yeah. Wednesday we blew up a restaurant.
Oh man, I'm sticking.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on brand, right?
Wait, and
Oh, we
yesterday,
are on brand AF.
my players arrested everybody in a coffee shop. So it's just
It's all coming together.
I mean, yesterday
Alright.
Sam started a fight in a tavern in the game we were playing, so
That's normal.
yeah.
It's fairly normal. All right. Back to it. The SS officer unclips his pistol, raises it in the air, and fires a single shot that ricochets and reverberates around the cafe. The panic, for a second, stops. There is some bunching up away from the fire and from you guys towards them a little bit as people are just trying to get out of the way. And he shouts, "Halt! Who is responsible for sabotaging my bike yesterday? Avantances!" And there is deathly silence in the cafe. People just look scared and worried, frightened. These other... I can't remember how many dudes there are now. So there's one dude looking at you, Pruitt, and there's, I think, 3 other guys walking in with him. So they are all in now. They walk into they file in one by one into the main bit of the cafe through the front door, and they are all at their hip with the strap slung over the shoulder, aiming the MP40s at this crowd of Austrians in the cafe. Everyone is at a standstill. A fire is raging behind you. Constance, what do you do?
Okay, I'm going to hope this is going to give all of those people and us a chance to leg it. I'm going to pull my mantle from where it's tucked up into my sleeve, which is like a small piece of paper with some strange like drawings on it and this red ink. And I'm going to try and cast my Gaze of the Multiverse spell because it has a stunning effect. So I'm hoping that they won't have a clue what's going on and it'll give everyone a chance to scatter.
I love it. You're going to have to walk me through this a little bit, so go on.
Okay, so it uses my academia skill, so I'm guessing I can also use my occultism focus with this. It is difficulty...
Yes.
Yeah, it's difficulty 3.
Okay.
And it costs 5 challenge dice with the Drain effect and Piercing 2 effect.
Okay, cool. So what that means is it costs you some mental capacity to wield this spell. You yourself are visiting the unknown and the infinite as you try and cast it. So you're touching that void, and by doing so, you're going to cause yourself some mental stress. Don't worry too much because you guys can take 3 injuries. Injuries happen if someone inflicts 5 stress at once to you, or if they inflict enough stress to fill your stress track, or you take some stress when it's already filled. So you can take two injuries at once, for example. If you take 5 and it fills a stress track at the same time, then you take 2 injuries. Because you guys can take 3 until you're kind of defeated, until we decide like how you're unconscious or whether you're actually dying and that kind of thing. So don't worry too much about the challenge dice here, V, because it won't necessarily cause an injury.
No, that's fine.
But what the Piercing 2 will do is that any courage you get, which is like mental armor, it will, every effect you roll, or a 5 or a 6, it will ignore. Yeah, it'll ignore 2 of that. And then also Drain means that you're actually reducing your maximum stress, so your stress track down.
I've got 5 challenge dice of Drain, so I think that's...
Yeah.
I don't think it actually does me any damage, it just makes me super tired.
It does. From what I understand. Drain is the effect where it fatigues you, and each effect you roll will reduce your maximum stress by 1.
Cool. So this affects all enemies within close range, which I'm hoping all of those other Nazi dudes that have just walked in are, if they've come in with the guy. So let's see what happens. I'm going to use my lovely donated crit success.
Okay.
And if you guys don't mind, I'm going to pay a bit of threat to make sure I can get the spell off. So, Sam, how much is it for me to roll? That one counts as my first dice, right? So my next one is 2 threat?
Yeah, so for these crit successes that you're going to get bought by people tipping, I'm going to let that be another dice. Usually with Fortune, it's you set a dice. And Callum's right. You guys have a momentum, don't you?
We do.
We have one, yeah. But I will leave that for others.
So this 4th dice you're going to buy is going to cost you 2 momentum. So you need to give me a threat.
I'll just give you 2 threats so someone else has got some momentum to spend on something fun.
So, I'm back up to 10 now, so I was back where I started. So.
Okay, so I've got to roll 4d20. So I've already got 2 successes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So roll 3, and we'll count on the 2 successes.
Cool.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
5 successes in total.
And a complication.
And a complication.
Do you want to buy that off with threat?
Yes, please.
Okay, 12 threat.
Okay, and then
So
I
I
have
need
to
you
roll
to roll.
challenge
Yeah,
dice
roll
for
the
my
effect
drain
first. No, roll the
Cool.
effect first, and then we'll roll the cost.
Okay, so this is my power plus 3, so that's 9d6. I think that's this many.
I mean,
I'll count them.
say it again.
Yeah, so they suffer my power plus 3 challenge dice of mental stress, and my power is 6. So it's 9 in total.
All right, sure is.
I'm going to click this. I don't know if this is 9 dice. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, this is 9 dice. So that's 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11 with an effect.
Yeah. I don't think the effects do anything on the actual thing. It's just unless that's what the stun effect is for. But it doesn't say that effects rolled. It just says with the stun effect.
Yeah, so I just need to check. Yeah, I did call rules and action in that same doc. And I also just want to double check this for my own sake as well. As we're kind of, sorry if it's maybe a little bit slow for some people, we are testing it as well. So I want to make sure that I'm doing it right as well. So let me just flip down to action here. I need to find some of the damage effects. Or the weapon effects. Here we go. So stun means that if a number of effects are rolled that equals or exceeds the target's resilience skill, the target cannot take any actions in the next turn. So that will apply to all, I imagine, because this is all within close range, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Let me just
But
check
they still
their
suffer
resilience.
mental stress on top of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, mental stress. We're looking at how much did you say?
Oh gosh. So it's what's on the dice. So it'd be 1, 2, 3,
1, 2,
4,
3,
5,
6,
6,
8.
7.
9, 10.
Is it 10? I don't know if effects count as points of
Yeah, they do,
stress
yeah.
as well.
9, 10. So it's actually 11 in total.
Ooh.
Crazy times. Yeah. So these SS boys clutch their helmets, scream in pain, and just drop to the floor. One of them, stereotypically, kind of weirdly shouts out this like laugh in the middle of something, and his eyes just widen and white and then drop. The SS officer, okay, oh man, 11 with an effect. So he screams in pain, buckles down, crouches, just tries to hold his head in his hands, rubs his eyes, and then kind of stares out, but in that kind of blank, almost blind sense. And he's just kind of got the pistol in one hand and reaching out with the other, eyes wide and strangely blank. You haven't given him the stun effect, but you have done a lot of stress to him. He is still on his feet, though. It was going to be those guys' turn, but we do have one remaining fella outside.
Drain, Sam.
That's true.
I need to roll for my cost.
We got away with that.
That's
So you're going to take 1, 2, 3, 4.
4.
4 stress,
stress,
and you're going to reduce your stress track by 2.
By 2.
Temporarily.
Okay. I will do that now.
I know, it's scary, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. And I'm just gonna scream to everybody, run. And if I have a minor action for movement, I'm gonna start following everyone else towards that staff exit door.
Cool. Yeah, you hop over the bar, actually, I just remembered. So when you cast a battlefield spell, you need to take the prepare minor action.
That is fine.
What you can do is if you guys still have a momentum, or you can give me one threat, you can take a second minor action.
Do you think I should do that, guys, and come and join you and just start legging it with you? I will do that as well, then. I will give you a threat.
Okay. Back up to 13. So yeah, you shout run, and you vault over the bar, following Elsie towards that staff exit. Cool. So that was magic. Now we have one remaining SS trooper facing you, Captain Ward. And as he takes one step towards you, he's about to... He's got that authoritative stance. He's about to march towards you. And then both of you hear screams of these, 4 or 5 people inside the cafe, all men screaming at the highest pitch of their voice. And it's just bananas in there now. He turns, he's now got his back to you, and he rushes towards the front door. That's going to be his action. It's now at the top of the round, back up to one of you guys. Who wants to go first? Nice cough.
So, looking in the restaurant, can I see my folks like trying to make a break for it out the back? Because I mean, we cased the restaurant, so I know all the entrances and exits and all that. So, if there's a bunch of Nazis by the front door, I'm just assuming they're going to go out the back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, okay. You're clued in on that. So you just see Elsie just jump over the bar, or she's on the other side. Constance is just following her. Sophia's not quite close behind. So those guys are making a break for it. You can't see George at this point, and you can just see as the SS trooper walks just around down the street, just a few yards towards that front door. Just in the window, you can see only the SS officer clutching his face.
Okay. It's back to me, huh? So, if I were to try to run up behind him and cold cock him with the butt of my pistol,
yeah,
what would that be?
We do have a little rifle butt attack on the old. I'm sure I kept it. There we go. Yeah, this is going to be a melee weapons focus. Weirdly enough, but it's going to be a 3 challenge dice base. What's your brawn stat?
Brawn 9. Is 9, so I have a bonus.
Yeah.
So I have a bonus die for that, and then my fighting is a 5.
Cool. So that stress rating for the weapon is going to go up to 4 challenge dice. So you'll be dealing that to him. You'll be inflicting that on him.
And so I do have handgun focus, but that's usually for shooting. That doesn't count in this, right?
No, that's melee weapons you want for this one. Sorry, man.
Oh well. So
right.
Still, so that's my target number is a 14 that I'm trying to get under, and I need how many successes?
Just the one.
Just the one. You know what? I want to make sure this goes well. So I'm going to go ahead and use my my donated critical success for just a crit. And then do I still roll the 2 dice?
Yeah. I'm treating that as a little bonus dice. So yeah, roll 2d20 for me.
Ow! I hate you, Mom. Yeah. I love it when he does that and catches my earphones and rips them out of my ears. Oh my God! What did I roll?
So 29. Oh, brilliant! Love it.
So I got 3 successes, so we can bank 2 momentum, and then you get a complication.
I do. As you go to swing at him, he turns. I'm actually going to spend this 2 momentum. 2 threat for me. this isn't. I don't think this is rules as written, but I am cheekily going to make this a reaction so that he is going to fight off this. What is it? Pistol whip. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. So we're looking for agility 9 and fighting 2. The roll 2, 3. I'll roll 3. You roll 3. It's only fair. Actually, you had crit successes and stuff. I'm gonna roll another 4th dice. So I'm back down to 10 threat now, and we're gonna roll. And I need 11. 1, 2 successes. You got 3 though, didn't you? 5 successes.
That I did. No, I'm just saying I got 3 and you got 2.
Oh, yeah. So, guys, you bank a momentum, or you've got a momentum, and you do indeed. He turns around just as he's about to raise his MP40 to try, and you clock him around the side of the face. So cool. Give me a stress roll. So I want you to roll those. It was 4 challenge dice for me. Now, before you roll, you can buy extra challenge dice with your momentum.
And we have how many momentums now? 2?
You've got 1. What?
Oh,
Where did that
4?
come from?
I rolled 5 successes to cast my spell, and it was a difficulty 3.
Oh,
And we've just got 1, right? So it's 4.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to buy 1 more die. And so that'll be rolling 5. And then because I'm basically just gonna try to clock this guy and then make a run down the sidewalk. Because I basically want to try to split up their forces. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3 stress with an effect.
Cool. So it'll be 4 stress total.
4. That's right. 2 is 2.
Yeah, no worries. The effect doesn't have anything on this weapon, unfortunately, because it's just the back of your pistol. But with 4. Let's see his stress track quickly. 6. Okay, so he has the 2 left there. All right. So you clock him. He's still on his feet. He reels back, and he's pretty dazed. But the helmet, thankfully, around near the ear, took most of the impact. So now, do you want to keep the initiative, or do you want to kind of move over to the officer or to him?
Quite honestly, I think we should probably keep the initiative while we have it. So, So what is that? We need to
spend 2 momentum to do that.
Okay. Let's do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I have 1 more action before I get shot.
Yeah. All right. Cool. So who wants to go next then from you guys?
Do we want to give George a shot?
Yeah.
You know, seeing as he's in a brawl right now in a fight.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Cool. What do you want to do, George?
You're muted, brother.
Do we can't hear you?
Still going.
Are you muted, Callum?
Callum, come back to us.
No. All right.
Nope. Still nothing.
It's really hard to hear over all that screaming.
Bear with us, folks. So at these technical difficulties, I will be back in just 1 tick. Just bear with me.
So hey, this kind
now?
of went from 0
There you
to
go.
11, didn't it?
Yeah.
This kind of happened.
Well,
But, you know, we made some Nazis scream, so that's...
Yeah.
I mean, that is always a net positive.
yeah.
One of them was
I haven't
punched.
destroyed. Yeah, I haven't destroyed a Nazi yet with my dice. I've at least punched one.
So I don't know if we told about that in game, but before this game started, we said we would meet at the fair under the Ferris wheel.
Yeah, exactly where she wants
and
us to meet her.
That's where she wants us to go, yeah.
That's where all the spies meet.
Yeah.
She's spying. She's spying on us, Callum.
I'm looking forward to
He's
seeing.
always watching.
I'm looking forward to seeing Sophia's reaction to that spell being cast.
Yeah. Was it obvious that like Constance was like casting a spell?
Oh yeah. I was going to describe
okay.
it up, but she pulled her mantle out, and her. I imagine that at the time she kind of blinks and her eyes go completely black, and there's
Rich,
kind of a weird misty shadow because the spell is actually called Gaze in the Multiverse.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
And it's got
boy.
the actual description is pretty full on. It's like Yog Sothoth is the key, the keeper of hidden knowledge, and using this spell, the caster opens the victim's eyes to the true nature of the cold, harsh, unyielding universe, which has the nuclear chaos of the mad, blind god Azathoth at its center.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So like
so
that happens, and they all scream at once, and they just kind of like
they
pass
all
out.
scream at once. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I might have seen some things in that obsidian scrying mirror of mine. If anyone in chat is wondering, it is a mythos spell, so it's not traditional good guy magic either.
Oh, I mean,
it's like some
kind of creepy.
Yeah, it's like Raiders of the Lost Ark shit.
Yeah.
I watched
Gaze
that
into
recently.
this.
Yeah.
Is this a hint?
Movie scarred me as a child.
Is Constance
going
the
back
real
now.
BBEG?
No,
Do we have to
no.
take down of our own?
Oh no, I think I'm okay.
The bad guy's coming from inside the group.
Oh no.
Yes, Jordan, team mythos all the way. At least for us. I'm the good guy mythos person. I think, maybe.
Foya. Nice. Callum, are you back?
Yes, and
Figured it
fire, but fire. It's just what I had in mind. Tell me, Sam, can I roll on that counter? And so, first of all, the 3 others are at the door, at the back door already.
Yes. So as you're with your view of the struggle, just over his shoulder, you can see over the bar, a little bit further down the way. There's a staff door at the end of that other side of where they were on the L shape. And a couple of them have hopped over the counter. Sophia is just lagging behind, but I imagine she's just about to hop over too. And yeah, that's the view you've got. But right in front of you, you've got this guy who's got you by the scruff of your top, and he's ready to lamp you.
Okay, well, I'm gonna grab a bottle of schnapps and break it on him and make him catch fire.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, all right. So this is fairly improvised, but I'll give you 3 challenge dice for this if you manage to make the attack. I've not got a reaction or anything, so difficulty 1, agility and fighting.
I'd like to spend a fortune because I'm not that good in fighting, and I got a few fortunes, so let's spend them. I've got a total of 2 fortunes left. So I just roll 2 dice, right? And my first one is a 1.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, there we go. Yes.
Nice. Any hand-to-hand in that?
Nope, still not.
Okay.
I did not buy the skill in the meantime.
Sure. No worries. So that is the 1 success you need. Less than 15, it gives you a 2 successes. Doubt it.
Wait, is the 15 or the 2 replaced with a 1?
Oh, you're using your
Fortune,
critical
so
success.
I've got a 1 and a 2.
Sorry, yes. Yeah, 1 and a 2. So yeah, 3 successes in total. You needed 1, so you got 2 momentum. And I want you to get ready to roll those challenge dice for me. So it's going to be 3 challenge dice. Do you want any more from the momentum you've got? You got 2 momentum from that.
Just 1. Yeah, I spent 1 momentum on that.
Sure. So roll 4 challenge dice for me. And we'll see what we get.
1 second.
Ooh, 2, 4, 6, and an effect. Wow. Man, that was a decent roll. That was good. So yeah, this guy, you're gonna tip proper, pulpy action movie style. You smash the entire bottle over this guy's head, and he just flops down onto the ground, letting go of your top. You've still got a minor action, so you could still move into like one zone over if you wanted to. If you wanted to vault over the counter yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'll jump behind the counter.
Cool. All right. You do so. I believe I've got maybe one measly action left with my last SS guy. He is gonna run away from you, Pruitt. He is going to run up the street shouting Achtung, Achtung, obviously trying to get some other guards this way. So, with the SS guys either on the floor or in serious pain, I'll move back over to you guys. Who wants to go next? We've had the guys go.
Mind if I go?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, Sophia. You're a little bit further back from the other girls who like bolted over the bar. So, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, she looks at Constance and just like her eyes are wide. She's kind of like slightly panicked, like, "Oh my god, what the hell? We need to leave. We need to leave now." And she'll just kind of take she was gonna take out her hollowed out book and kind of hold it in her hand and just kind of like grab Constance and just kind of like make her way toward the back.
Cool,
I think.
sure.
Yeah.
So because we've had another wonderful donation for like it's like a kind of defensive ward magic item type thing. As you clutch your book to your side, it actually lights up in something looking similar to a pentagram. You've not like drawn anything on this. It's not the actual like foiling of the book or anything like that. This symbol just glows out of the top of this book, that actually kind of lighting up your face. As you turn, you see the SS officer just about vaguely kind of with it aim at you, shoot the pistol, and just before the bullet strikes you, stops literally in midair at the book, and then just kind of like Thanos style disintegrates into the air.
Yeah. So I imagine like she just like she's expecting like a bullet to hit. She kind of like falls back like on the ground and just kind of like scrambles.
Yeah. And are you scrambling over the bar to get to the doorway?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Verse, man. That is.
Oh my God.
We've had so much love from chat.
Thanks.
Thank you so much, Jordan. That's amazing. So yeah, you guys hop over the bar. I have cheekily taken a turn with my SS officer. So at this point, if you guys want to just do a runner, I am well up for that.
Yeah, I want to take point in leaving the restaurant because this is spooky shit that Constance just did, and not thinking about that. We're just going
it kind of hasn't quite gone to plan either, because like the girls are all like running out the back, like Pruitt's outside, George is kind of like in the bar still somewhere, or like just about to vault over just vaulted over the bar, like it's not quite working out. But yeah, so okay, if you want to take point, lead people out the back of the cafe. There is a very confused and startled old plump Austrian man with a kind of chef's whites on, and with a little kind of like bakery set up behind him with a kitchen knife, and he's kind of wielding it a bit as you guys are rushing past, but as you guys don't kind of like come for him or anything, he just I'm still going. Oh, okay. Sorry, the thing froze and I was panicking. And yeah, so he was expecting a fight or something, maybe even the SS, but you guys rush past, and he's just kind of none the wiser, and he just relaxes a little bit. I'm guessing you head kind of straight out the back door and into a little kind of dirt alleyway, startling a cat as you scramble past on the way, and it rushes off down the alleyway. Yeah. left and right, there are no other people here in this alleyway. Do you want to just head off as quickly as you can, or do you want to kind of sneak around, take your time? What do you want to do?
I'll actually turn to these two and say, what do we want to just walk away as if nothing ever happened, or are we going to try and get out of here as quick as we can? Both ways have merits. I want to know what you two think. Also, by the way, Constance, we're going to talk about what happened in there at some point, but right now we need to get to safety. Yeah? You're muted.
Aha, there you go. I've done it now. Yeah, we can. It's a long story. So, yeah. Sam, just for flavour, can we have it so that as I ran out after that dude shot at Sophia, I just grabbed the nearest bottle of alcohol and tossed it towards him in the hopes that it would just kind of cause a flame up effect in his face. Not for any damage, just because it was like, don't shoot my sister. You don't do that.
I love flavours. I love all the flavours. You can throw a little bottle at him all you like.
Yeah. It's just in my own little head canon that she did that as a don't shoot my sister.
Sure.
I think we need to get going. We should move.
Mm-hmm.
When
there
we see,
are there any unattended vehicles in the vicinity?
Not back here, there aren't, no. Not unless someone wants to give you a mount in chat. But I feel like that's a bit cheeky asking for that.
That is really cheeky.
But no, not here. The street is out behind this cafe, behind you now. George just catches up with you at this point as he's rushed through, just a couple of seconds behind you as you've chatted. But what is Captain Ward doing outside the cafe at this point?
So Ward, this guy's running down the street yelling for whatever. Yeah. He's going to make his way around back, knowing that his squad is heading out the back. He's going to rejoin them because he's not going to pull his gun out and shoot the guy down, because gunshots will bring more troops just as quick as this guy screaming attention, So, he's going to run around back. Man, we need to get the hell out of here. We need to get the hell out of Dodge, guys.
You're telling me?
We need to leave.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Moving as a group is not a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, we already have our contingency plan. Just follow the rules, guys. And he's gonna.
Yeah, but if we go to that Ferris wheel, so this lady, she wants to meet us there later on tonight. If we go there now and bring all of these guys with us, we're not going to be able to meet with her.
Okay. Here's what I suggest. We split as we discussed. Let's meet at the hotel instead. Constance and we're gonna go do a little quick shopping to buy some clothes, so we can change appearance a bit nice. Just the two of us. The two of us go fetch some things, and we meet you at the hotel, and then we go to we'll change and we'll go to the meeting point.
I'll go with my sister.
You want to come?
Yes. Yes, I want to come.
All right, I can brief the cap on what happened.
Okay.
You begin to hear the wail of sirens in the distance.
Let's go.
So let's go.
Okay, just remind me who's splitting up with who.
I'm gonna go with. Okay, we need to keep speakers with each group. So the Price sisters come with me. Elsie, you go with George. I know it's a little different than we talked about, but they don't want to split up. So, so yes.
That's good, quick thinking. I like it. Cool.
Go.
So that's
George
how you split up.
seems in no mood to argue in any way with Constance.
Well, that's good. We got plenty to argue with, so let's get the hell going.
So Elsie will just walk up to George, just link her arm in his and say, "Come on, let's go shopping. Great fun, let's go." And just march him off down the street.
Great fun, let's go.
And the Price sisters, what are y'all wearing? Either of y'all have like a jacket on?
Yeah, Constance can shed her jacket and her hat and unpin her hair.
Yeah, give me your jacket.
I'll hand it over to you.
And Ward puts your jacket on. Well,
Okay,
one of them actually
saw
me. So he looked right at me, and he's the one yelling so he's just like throwing the jacket on and at least something to look different.
Yeah,
sure.
What was it? Sophia will give you one of her scarves as well.
I will use the disguise kit to change myself and Elsie a bit.
Cool. Okay. So, what I'm going to ask you guys to do, because Sis just gone off, so I'll ask Elsie and George. We were going to make this. I was going to make this a big group stealth check. Effectively, what we're going to do here is because you guys are split up, you're going to share the difficulty around a bit. Nice.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So you guys have split up a bit, which means the difficulty is going to be lowered for, like the two groups essentially. So you're sharing the difficulty. Elsie and George, you need to make me a stealth check. I don't mind attribute based on how you're going about it. What I'm just gonna remind you of, Callum, is that your disguise kit, it basically gives you some resources, and you can exchange that for bonus momentum that allow you to buy more D20s. So you have 3 bits of makeup, or you have 3 different fake mustaches or something like that, and each session that will give you 3 bonus momentum that you can spend as you like. So but only on buying D20s, but you can choose when and that kind of thing. So obviously the third dice you roll, the first one you're going to buy extra, is going to cost 1, but if you want to buy then a 4th dice to roll, that's going to cost 2, and it's going to take up all of your resources for this session.
Can I hand one to? Yeah. Can I hand one to Elsie? And what's the cost in that case? Is it?
Sure. So, well, basically, because this is like a group task, you're going to be leading this, I think. And unless Susie, you want to kind of shout otherwise. Then absolutely. Susie, so you'll be assisting, basically. Okay. So you'll only be rolling 1 d20, and that's the most you can roll. So George, it'll be about buying more dice for yourself with that, if you want to do that.
No, Prit, I'm not gonna hand a fake mustache to Elsie. That's why.
Please.
I did say I was taking some
fake
lipstick.
mustache to hand.
I will put a fake mustache on Sherman, maybe.
Sherman's not with us, and I'm really glad I left Sherman at the hotel, because he'd probably be like a little cooked doggy right now.
Oh man,
okay,
he would not be happy.
I'm gonna put on a fake beard. I'm gonna use some shoe polish to change Elsie's hair color, and I'm gonna have a nice, using my little comb to split them in the middle. So I'm using my 2 of my resources.
So that will only buy you 1 dice, and it will kind of be wasted. If you want 2 more dice, then you're going to have to spend all 3.
Yeah, let's spend all 3.
Okay, so you're going to be rolling 4 d20s for me. Susie, you're going to be rolling 1 d20 for me. You guys are going to be checking off for stealth, and I want you guys to tell me which attribute you're each using. They can be different based on what you're doing.
So the way I want, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I'd probably do coordination, because Elsie would change her body language, and she'll braid her hair and try and do it in the very Germanic plaits that are on top of her head, pin them up there, and she'll grab one of her nasty ass handkerchiefs she uses, a neckerchief, and then just sort of try and make that in a little bow around her neck, try and hide the grease stains, and just try and change her whole presentation.
Yeah, coordination's perfect for that, so I'm happy with that. Callum, what are you rolling?
The way I wanted to approach that, I want, despite what just happened, which was really, he's been shaken up by what happened. So he'd like to try to be very confident and try to keep his cool, to walk much slower than he actually wants, to look really like a normal passerby who doesn't have anything to think about. So I'd like to use my will.
Yeah, man, I'll stretch that. That's cool. All right, well done.
I still have my I still have my face in the crowd. If someone is attempting an observation against me.
Oh yeah. So remind me of that if we do any of that. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to use stealth, urban stealth. So I've got a focus.
Nice.
And I've got 4 in stealth and 10 in will, so that's 14. And you said I'm rolling 4 dice or 3?
Yeah, you're rolling 4 dice. Any dice, any d20 that rolls a 4 or under is going to net you 2 successes.
Ooh.
And then, Susie, I want you to roll 1
Just the one.
d20 for me to try and add to that. Callum's got to get at least 1 success for you to be able to add to it. But I'm pretty sure that he'll get at least 1 here.
Oh, no, that wasn't me.
That was me.
Okay.
Susie, is that 10 a success for you?
Yes, it is.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Callum, man, this is not amazing. 14. So actually,
Yeah, it's 4 successes.
4 successes. Wow.
It is amazing.
It is amazing.
Well,
Not quite amazing, but
It's a workmanlike performance.
Yeah, it's good and sturdy. That is 5 successes in total. I hadn't even said I was going to make this difficulty 2 because you guys are splitting up. So 3 momentum. It's a bit weird that because I think maybe some of this momentum, because obviously it's going to be available for you 3 now that you're going to make the same test, the same stealth test. But I guess because of the chat you've just had, because George has been kind of talking about this, helping you guys out, you get to build on his success with what you're doing. So who wants to lead the stealth test? So this is between Ward, Constance, and Sophia.
Okay. Well, perhaps we could look like disheveled Austrians stumbling home after partying the night before, and you just kind of like, Ward in the middle, a woman on each arm, just kind of like stumbling down the alleys, just staying off the main thoroughfares. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I'm good for that.
Letting out a little bit of laughter and Sophia, since you can actually speak German a little bit, you should probably do the most talking out loud, where we can all just go, yeah, just.
I'm down for that. In which case, Constance will start kind of messing her hair up a little bit, kind of like loosening the clothing, like she's been wearing it all night, and maybe do a little rip in the side of her stockings or something where she might have caught it somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Cool. You guys do have 6 momentum banked, which is the maximum you can have at one time. So you guys are all set there. I think I've lost count a little bit. I think I'm on about 8 threats, so we're not doing too badly at all here this session. So I think, Pruitt, you're leading this because it was kind of you're instigating the thing. So you'll be rolling stealth. I would say this is probably like coordination for you, or agility. Coordination.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Coordination, stealth. So that's a 12 for me. Number I'm trying to hit.
Cool. So just hold on there for a second. Sophia, you are more talky, you're more kind of presenty here. So while being stealth, because this is about kind of not saying too much, I think this could well be like will for you, because again, it maybe or something like that, because it's more about kind of conveying personality and stuff. Did you have any other things in mind in terms of how you're acting or what attribute you wanted to use?
You're muted.
She's kind of shaken at this point, and that maybe she's taken out, like she's doing like basically doing what she was doing when we were being tailed is just kind of like just bury herself like in the map and just kind of like be right, okay, this way in English, and just kind of make like idle chatter in German. It's like, I think I don't know where, I think this way. You all right? And then just kind of just do it that way, I think. So
cool.
maybe
Any
reason?
particular attribute you wanted to blag with that? Reason
and probably stealth.
And stealth, yeah, it's going to be. Cool, I'll take that.
Okay.
And then V, what about yourself? Kind of, we going more coordination, or are we going for more kind of cerebral stuff?
I was going to try and play up what the captain has said in that kind of coming home from a late night at some point and kind of laughing, joking. So she's going to just kind of like giggle along and like, be very kind of like handsy, like holding onto people's arms and stuff like that, in that very kind of light-hearted way. So I was wondering if I could use persuasion and coordination, because I'm trying to keep up that appearance of not being super stressed, and that appearance of kind of like probably coming down from a few drinks, but then also trying to really control my movements to keep that so I don't look like I'm rigid and running. And
Sure, I'll let you do that.
cool.
Your complication range is going to increase, because this is something else we can do as well to kind of factor things in. Your complication range is going to increase to a 17 to 20.
Cool.
Because you don't speak German, and you're trying to be more kind of acty and persuady. I'm full of all the technical terms tonight, but ultimately, you're trying to act when you don't know the language, or even really the mannerisms of the area.
I thought it was just Doctor Who with the timey-wimey, but it's just British. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we just speak different from everybody else.
It's just how we talk. Like a gun is a rooty shooty point and shooty. It's just how it is over here.
He's got a shooter. Watch out. Yeah.
We have that at IHOP. It's the Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity. Okay, I get it now. Okay.
Except it's different in East London.
Oh.
All right, let's not joke about that. So, Pruitt, you're rolling 2d20 to start off with, but we have 6 momentum. Did you want to buy any more dice? You could spend all of that and roll 5 if you wanted.
Ooh. What's my what? How many successes am I needing to get here?
So this is a difficulty 2 task as well.
But they're going to be helping also.
Yeah. So you're going to get 2 assistance dice. You're not going to roll them, but the girls are.
Yeah, right. Well, then I will just use. What do y'all think? 1 momentum or buy 2? Because if we only need.
We've got plenty of momentum, so we can't gain any more at this point anyway. So
I'll buy 2 extra dice. So that'll be what, 3 momentum spent?
So that'll cost 3, yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that'll be 4 dice for me. Trying to beat a 12. Well, I got 3 successes.
3
3 successes. The complications in this game, man.
These 20s are coming up way too often.
I'm gonna save you from this. I'm gonna bank 2 threat for that. Constance is a success, I presume.
Yeah.
And then
Success.
Sophia is a success as well. So 3, 4, 5 successes on difficulty 2. You get back your 3 momentum. Awesome.
Yes.
So yeah, you guys very successfully part ways, party hard, blend in, do some shopping. George, Elsie, you guys want to grab some clothing, don't you?
I assume that the rule specifies that the disguise kit is per session, so I cannot replenish it through purchasing stuff it would contain.
So, I mean, this maybe is up for consideration in terms of development, but like there isn't really that. The idea is, I think it replenishes between session because it feels a little bit more easy to bookkeep and that kind of thing. Now I'm thinking because I like fiddling with rules and I like changing things on the fly to really fit the thing. So what I'm thinking is maybe you can bank some of the momentum you've got into your resources. So the fact that you guys have done so well means that you guys have found a nice clothing shop. It's fairly cheap, but it's got, lederhosen for the boys and all the right dresses for the girls. And, you guys could basically spend, essentially I'm going to, in a way, give you access to, how some of you got access to a library or some of you got access to a garage or something. This is access to a clothing shop. And I'll let you guys basically separately bank in George's disguise kit. I'll be nice. You can bank up to 6 bonus momentum.
Wow.
Whoa.
To then buy. So up to. So you've still got, I think, 1, or you spent all of it just now, didn't you?
I spent all of it.
Okay. Yeah. So instead of just replenishing up to 3, I'm going to let you replenish up to 6 because you've got the whole 6 momentum in the bag anyway.
Okay. Well, I wanted. I was to suggest the momentum being spent when we try to be discreet again, getting out. So yeah. So that means our momentum bank can be filled again. Then also with.
Yeah,
other
I
stuff.
mean this means that it scales a bit, so you can actually ultimately bank 12 momentum. But your thing is very specific, so it is increasing it's giving you bonus momentum when you're rolling for like stealth and disguise and stuff.
We want to do that, folks.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, let's take all 6 then.
All right, you go shopping. You clear this place out of a few things. It's turned from serious Nazi like fire on things on fire to taking a casual shop in Vienna. Like this is bizarre.
Sex in the City.
What's going on tonight?
Shopping episode, Sam. Shopping episode.
Yes.
Shopping episode. All right, yeah. The shopkeeper looks a bit bemused at you, because I mean she notices you've got things in different sizes. I mean, you know, she looks Elsie up and down. She looks at you, George, with a kind of like almost a kind of, you sure you want to buy this coat? Okay. That's fine,
I've got many siblings back in Berlin. They really wanted me to bring stuff from Austria, and you got a very nice panel over here. Tell me, is this one touristy or typical from this region?
Sure. gives you a good modicum of what we call side eye in the office.
I know that sure response. That's that I just work here, man. Leave me alone.
Sure. Yeah, it's literally that, and just she hands you a paper bag of your stuff.
Danke. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bitte. And yeah. It's hanging off slightly. She watches you walk out, and you do as you look back. Maybe Elsie, you're a bit kind of knocked off with how you got the impression that she's just like a bit snooty and not very into it. As soon as you leave, she's like, and you can just see her like, tourist man, what is this? This town was good. Make Vienna great again.
Am I back at work? What is this?
George asked Elsie.
Sorry about the flashbacks. We'll move on now. With more punching Nazis, I swear.
She seems suspicious. Should I? And I show you my handgun.
Nah, she's just a snooty bitch. Don't worry about it. There's plenty of them back home.
Okay, great. We went shopping. Yeah. That's gonna cost us a what do you call that? A big barrel of Dutch marks.
Hey, we're not footing the bill here. It'll be Alec.
No, it's true.
Oh, I should have got those shoes I wanted.
True.
Damn.
I got them for you. Surprise!
With 6 momentum. Yeah, I reckon you can.
He stole them.
Yeah, probably. Cool. Okay, so having shaken the SS,
the need to buy.
What is your plan now until this evening? Dusk. Dusk is going to be around like 8-9 p.m. I guess down this time. It's very late. So, what are you doing until then? Apart from laying low.
Is this all of us?
Yeah. So you guys could either meet back up, be at the hotel, try and maybe coordinate meet at a discreet location.
Well, maybe we can prepare ourselves. Some of us can. I took stuff to bleach our hair, maybe. So, and we can have a discussion as we try out stuff in the hotel room. Jason Bourne style.
Yeah. Definitely, Ward would want you to help him change his hair color, give him a fake mustache, something. Considering the freaking dude looked right in his face after he got clocked. So, it's definitely what we need.
So I hand you a shaving blade, and I tell you I will need some hair from your torso. True
Well,
story.
I mean,
True story.
I believe you, man.
I usually wait till at least the second date, but I guess I'll make an exception. And he'll go in the bathroom and shave his chest.
Good times.
Gonna get chafed during battle.
Oh no.
Let's use a minor
that
action to
Callum?
just scratch.
Yeah, I'll take a minor action to scratch. So, Callum, is this a thing for like facial hair? Then
Yes, it's a recommendation from the Secret Agents Pocket Manual
really?
1945. They recommend
my
not to
days.
use your hair because their nature is too different compared to what you have on your face. So you need to take body hair from armpits, chest, or anywhere else.
Doesn't need to be said. We're already there.
Wow.
Well, where exactly do you need me to take this hair from?
I like to imagine that Elsie's just watching this conversation with a cup of tea, like.
You'll be the one I will be sticking it to with glue on the face off. So it's up to you.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I don't want to Scott Tinnerman myself. So any of you South Park fans. So yeah, I'll just just from my chest is fine.
Okay.
So otherwise, it's tough to either make us look taller or shorter. Stuff as simple as having our trousers look like they're a bit too small for us. I mean, the overalls are perfect; they will make us look taller, just by nature. So we got those. If you're not familiar, you will have this very high socks and those little shorts, which are made of, I believe it's coal leather.
Little leather shorts, man. Yeah.
Ooh.
We bleach our hair to be blonde.
Oh
You got
yeah.
frost
This is the
tips, man.
greatest day in Elsie's life.
I mean, I will probably have Sophia cut my hair short or shorter
Wow,
than it is.
okay.
Because I imagine Constance has a fair amount of hair.
Maybe tie them in a bun so you can untie it.
Yeah, but going a bit shorter. There is something that Constance would like to do a little bit privately, if possible, once this has all kind of been sorted out. And I'm happy
You guys can set up a scene.
Yeah.
Cool. So I have one of my occult. I have the background of like owns an occult artifact. So I have a obsidian scrying mirror, and I have a truth of experience scryer because that's how I kind of started being able to cast spells and stuff. So I would like to use my ritual tools and set up a kind of ritual space, so lighting candles, burning incense, and maybe spend a fortune point to try and scry with that mirror and see if I see anything.
Sure.
See if it's gonna. I imagine she does this from time to time, and sometimes she sees something and sometimes she doesn't. But yeah.
You see a Walther PPK gripped in a slim feminine hand, gloved, put into a purse, and a flash of bright red lipstick.
Cool.
It's not me.
You had lipstick, dude.
He says, putting down the lipstick. Maybe not.
Are my
me.
wings even?
They're sisters, not twins. Relax.
Okay, in which case I want to, after that is done and I packed everything away and made sure the room doesn't smell like incense so no one from the hotel thinks it's weird, I want to grab Sophia and I want to grab, I'll just grab everybody for a minute and kind of...
Everyone.
Thinking about it, it's just easy if it's everyone. And Constance looks a bit nervous. She's kind of wringing her hands a bit. So, things happened earlier, And that's a super long story. But I think we might need to be careful with meeting this lady tonight. I have an object that sometimes lets me see things, and it's not like seeing the future, or I don't really know how it works, but sometimes I get glimpses, and I just get the feeling that something might not be right tonight.
Well, I mean, judging by everything that's happened today, it ain't all right. So, but we're behind enemy lines, so we need to see this through. I think we need to go in with a bit more eyes open.
And actually, speaking of being behind enemy lines and thinking things through a bit more, George, can you not punch people just randomly in coffee shops, please?
I'm sorry, but usually when, well, in my past experience, when I had a truck full of soldiers of the Wehrmacht, or much worse from the SS, jump out in front of the establishment where I am, usually getting away was a good call. I don't know what this officer was doing. Well, I freaked out. I'm sorry, but I don't know. I never seen something like that coming to me.
Just like next time, take a breath. Think about it first before you go throwing your hands about, because we might have been able to walk away from there without this fuss, and now half of Germany's going to come down on us because, well, we did set a coffee shop on fire, and Constance did something really spooky with her eyes, and people started screaming. And then I might have extra added to the fire, and we had to jump over a bar, and kind of, it didn't exactly go.
Wait,
plan.
Constance did something crazy with her eyes? What do you mean?
Did you hear
How's that
that?
sound flashing
Yeah,
fire?
I heard.
Did you not hear screaming? I mean, they could
Well,
probably
yeah,
hear that back home in Britain.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I heard the
Constance
screaming,
did that.
but I
That
also
was
saw
me.
smoke and fire. So,
The screaming was
well.
me. That was
You were
kind of
screaming?
my fault. Well, no, I made everyone else scream. Remember when we had the discussion about magic being real?
Oh, right.
Is that what?
Yeah. I'm not just good
and
at
you see him-
counteracting it.
You see him like flush, like bright red at the mention of magic, and he's we shouldn't really talk about that. We'll talk about it later.
I mean, it's very long to explain anyway, so
I'll take Ward by the arm aside a bit and tell him. I mean, you can overhear, but it's like I've never seen something like this. It's crazy. It's dangerous. We can let the others have stuff like that, and yeah, I don't even know whether we should use it ourselves. I mean, I've seen some scary shit, man, on the front, but this is beyond anything.
if we could hear this, I'm going to kind of turn in your direction and be like, look, I know it's scary, but it doesn't affect any of you. It won't affect any of you. The upside is that who is going to believe a bunch of SS foot soldiers when they say that a woman made them go crazy and scream? That's if they're even coherent in the next few days.
It did seem like it saved our lives back there. You saw them. We got out. Be thankful for that, at least.
Not doubting the efficacy. It was great. It knocked them all right out. But yeah, it was a bit of a spectacle, and we're supposed to be trying to lie low.
It was that.
I'm cuddling Sherman
firefight.
this whole time.
I just want to add Tetley just giving you a little whine, like as he kind of cocks his
he
head.
just started cuddling.
Everybody just like, what's going on, everybody?
Wait, have y'all let him out?
He's been in
Need to
here all
walk.
day.
Oh shit.
That's
pardon
that
me a
smell.
How are we approaching this going to meet her tonight?
Well, quite honestly, I think that at least some of us should be there early to keep a lookout.
I think that's wise. Don't let her put her hand in her handbag.
Why?
I saw something, and it might be nothing, but just
What did
don't.
you see?
What do you see?
You see stuff also?
I think it was her. It might not be her, but I saw a flash of red lipstick, and I saw a feminine hand putting a gun in a handbag. It might not be her. It could be anybody, but I remember the lipstick she was wearing today.
Yeah.
It might be nothing. It might just be for her protection. But if that was her putting a gun in her handbag, I don't trust anyone right now.
Was she wearing lipstick today at the cafe?
Remember,
Bright red
guys,
lipstick.
you have the obtain information momentum spend.
Oh yeah.
If you want to pay me any threats, then I will answer questions truthfully. And we can talk about how maybe that is you focusing back on your vision, trying to get some detail out through the kind of
Okay,
some
if I give you a point of threat, then I want to see if not going to focus on the lipstick, on the hand. Does it look like the clothing is the same, like along the sleeve, or like she was engaged, so an engagement ring on the finger?
Oh, she's wearing gloves though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case I'll focus on the lipstick then. Does it look like the same lipstick that she was wearing when we met her?
When you step back through your mirror in your mind and you look and focus at the lipstick, there's a pattern in front of it, obscuring it in a way, almost like snakeskin.
Does it remind me of like on the hat that I had that's kind of got the mesh veil, or is it like a different kind of, is it like a pattern just over the lips? Like it's not actually part of what I'm seeing, it's something else.
It's something else. It's not part of her face.
Okay. If I pay you another threat, can I like try and concentrate in on that?
Yeah.
And see if
What do you want to ask me there?
if I can, I want to know if I can work out what the snakeskin is referring to. Does it trigger something in my mind, like a feeling or a thought, or do I get a picture of what that snakeskin might represent or be?
You feel an empty, aching sorrow.
Right.
Which
You guys
she's
see
a
that I'm kind of
widow.
staring off into like the middle distance, like
She's
really
definitely
glazed over
concentrating.
eyes.
Mhm.
And then there's a moment of just like, I'm sure it's her. I'm sure it's her. And there was something, there was a feeling like aching and pain and emptiness, and something isn't right. Just don't let her put her hand in her handbag. Just don't. I'm sorry, I don't see clearly. I'm not a diviner. It's just something I'm kind of able to do sometimes.
Yeah.
By the way, in your book studies, those occult clubs you ran into, did any of them have a cog with a wolf in it as its symbol? Because the guy I torched in the coffee place was wearing a tattoo on the neck, harboring having that shape. Never seen anything like this in the military.
Sam, can I roll for reason and academia to see if I recognize that as an occult symbol?
You can. This is going to be difficulty 5.
Okay. Do you guys want me to spend some threat for some extra dice here? How bad do we
yeah,
want to know?
Well, let me tell you
We
something.
want to know pretty bad.
Let me tell you something, Constance. We need to know this, so I trust you, and I hope that you can can glean something here. And I'm using my Born Leader talent to spend a fortune point and give my ally a fortune point to spend.
Yes.
Love it.
Can
Thank you.
I maybe help her? Like maybe there's something in my training as a Sexton D agent that symbol would bring up something as well.
Yes, you can. You can assist.
Okay.
Okay, so I will spend the fortune point I've just got from Ward to get a dice that's already got 2 successes.
Yep.
It's math now. And then I will pay you 5 threat. Yeah, so I roll 5 in total. We
No, you'll
need
be
to know
paying
it.
me 6 threat because that
6
fortune
threat.
point, it sets a dice to a 1, it doesn't add 1.
Right, okay. However much I have to give you to roll 5 dice. It'll be 4 dice because that.
It's 6 threat.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will use reason and academia with my occultism focus.
Cool.
So I'm rolling 4 dice, right? Because one of them's already set to a 1.
Yeah, so roll 4 for me.
Cool.
We'll count 2 extra successes. And then,
So
Sophia,
that is
if you want to
14,
roll 1d20 as well.
1d20, and that's...
I'm guessing you're going off a similar set, really. Reason and academia with an occult focus.
Yeah. Yeah, so look through my my notes as far as... And I will... You know what? I will use that crit 1 to help with that.
Cool. Okay. So I annoyingly, I know this is counterintuitive, that I'm counting these as bonus. So you will get an extra. So that's your 3rd dice, but it's already rolled a 1.
Okay. So just roll 1?
Oh yeah. Okay, so in this instance, it's going to have rolled a 1. You'll give 2 successes automatically over 2 constants.
So that'll make 7 in total because I've got a success on the 14. The 4 is equal to my academia skill with my focus. So that's another 2. 2 from the one that's already rolled a 1, and then 2 from Sophia. So
Okay.
7 in total. So that's 2 momentum as well. It's difficulty 5.
Momentum. 2 momentum that you have got for now. Don't worry about banking. You might want to ask him some questions. Okay, so this is going way back in some of your notes and research, hearsay, conversations with people, and briefest of mentions in some of your occultist work. I feel in real world genuinely not as equipped as I could be to kind of tell you as much as you really want to know. But there is a name that comes to mind with this symbol particularly, and it has been described to you as the Night Wolf. Sophia, you give her that little bit of information from your assistants because not only is it something that Constance has heard from her a kind of academic background and her librarian kind of background, it has also been mentioned around Whitehall that there is a faction potentially within the Nazi regime of the Night Wolf, or what the Germans will call the Nachtwolf.
Ooh.
That allegedly member... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
What they're up to, what their goal is, the resources, how they go about that at the moment, to British intelligence is entirely unknown.
Sam, can I spend a point of momentum for obtain information to see if I can recall what their dealings with the occult or the esoteric was from the kind of little bits that I've heard? Like, was it people that were just interested, or was it like talk of them actually doing stuff with the occult in the same way that maybe I can, or like what their interests were?
So their interests in the occult were crystal based. So it was all kind of looking into the energies of crystals, looking into potentially ancient or even like weirdly maybe alien crystals, stuff that's fallen from comets, or all of that kind of ancient, like crystal healing and all that kind of stuff. That is what they're into.
That sounds kind of fitting along the lines of perhaps like the black stone that we've been hearing about, this weird kind of rock that keeps cropping up everywhere we seem to go.
Did we hear about that in-game? I don't remember. Alex mentioned it.
Yeah, I probably would have told you guys at some point. I think I did actually, because I did some research on the stone that Dr. Ehrlichman was looking into.
Okay. I had a question, Sam. In the tussle, when we left the coffee house, how would you describe the health state of the gentleman I threw some flaming schnapps to? Was he like, could he be dead or out of... Yeah, when I think of it, can I think he could give a testimony in his state? If I don't even know if it's possible, I could work that out from the level of injuries I assume he sustained.
You can spend a point of momentum and I can answer truthfully for you.
You cool with that? How many momentum we got? Okay, let's spend one.
We've got one left.
Anyone left? We don't want to keep it to this guy ourselves and be discreet to go to the meeting?
Well, we're about to enter a new scene, so
Yeah.
that is
yeah,
using
yeah.
it anyway.
Okay, let's spend it, yeah.
Spend it before you lose it. This guy is definitely going to be concussed, and probably if that is not a GIF at some point, I don't know what is. But yeah, this guy is definitely going to be concussed. He is going to have to spend a few days kind of actually recovering, either like in hospital or just at the assistance of like a doctor. So you properly knocked him out. But he's not. It's not like a lethal injury. He will survive.
Okay. I've got an out of game a question, Sam. I've got a pendant, which is half of an artifact of some kind. It's not made of blackstone, is it? Of some kind. We didn't describe that.
That was your like from your mine, wasn't it? From your background?
Yes. From it came from a coal mine, so it could be black, but it wasn't coal.
Blue, actually.
Sure. Okay, cool.
Just write that down.
I will too.
Awesome. Okay.
Hey.
So you guys are. Let's fast forward a bit. Frame it a bit quickly to the big wheel around the fairground. Pruitt, I think you may be talking about some of you guys were going to head on early to get kind of the lowdown and kind of stand guard almost before you guys headed on in. Who was going to make contact and who was going to be guarding the area?
Maybe you can go as couples, since the stuff I've taken are kind of celebratory. I mean, the people don't wear those, and we're going to go to a fair, so maybe a couple could meet with our contact, either Ward and one of you three, and we will be hiding in the background, me and somebody else. I don't know.
I feel like Constance should probably be like the main talking point, or Sophia, one of the two that knows the most about this guy and the spooky stuff he was involved with. They're probably able to glean information quickly.
Maybe me and Sophia go then.
Okay. Yeah.
And your two
Rather
German
than us
speakers
being like
are Callum and Sophia.
Yeah.
Sorry,
at least one of us.
George and Sophia.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
sorry, what are the pairs then? I'm confused. Do we keep the Price sisters together or not? Or do we split them?
Yeah, so how about like the Price sisters go together? Two sisters going to a fair, that's not weird.
Yeah.
And then they go and meet the contact, and then Elsie can group up with one of the boys as like a couple walking around in the area, and then one of you guys can go solo and kind of like, keep an eye.
Yeah. So Elsie, you go with me because a couple, we can mutter to ourselves, whereas George, by yourself, you can actually talk to people.
Okay.
So meet them by the Ferris wheel, and then let's meet by the cotton candy stand.
I want some
Exactly that,
pretzel.
man.
Did they have cotton candy in the 30s?
Pretzel.
Pretzels.
Not in Vienna, probably, but like pretzels is definitely a thing.
Okay.
As you guys head to the fairground, you make your way towards the big wheel, as some actual fancy title, like proper name in for Vienna in German, but I have not written it down. Sorry. It's as if the entire population here of Vienna has decided to take a stroll tonight in the midsummer air. As you walk towards, whoever is heading up to the actual contact, as you head up to the big wheel itself at the kind of the base of it, just to its right-hand side, there is a little improvised cabaret show under a kind of like marquee. There's a piano player and a singer of a couple of Austrian guys, and Sophia. You can tell from the German music that they are taking the piss out of the Germans. And they are not being shy about it. There are a large number of couples here. Some of them are even dancing to the little kind of cabaret thing as you make your way to the Wiener Reisenrad. Thank you very much, Callum. Gisela is there at the base of the just to the kind of, imagine like you almost like you've got a little park and you've got so kind of a waist height, like iron kind of fencing, all kind of painted, enameled, and black. She's just waiting by the little gate that just tells you you have to be this high to ride the ride bit, and a little attendant, and she's just kind of stood there casually having a cigarette. She has a bag slung over her shoulder, just a neat little handbag, and she is now wearing black trousers, a white kind of silken blouse, and because it's still quite warm, that's pretty much it for her. She has a kind of decorative scarf on, but the hat and the veil are gone now, but her striking red lipstick remains as she casually smokes a cigarette.
Is she wearing gloves?
She is wearing gloves.
Oh.
Can I work out anyone? Sorry.
No, go on.
Can I want to have a tour of the around and see if anyone is like this guy, kind of athletic and spying on the people. So
Sure.
I'd like to use my observation instincts, maybe.
This is going to be observation site.
Okay.
As the site's going to be the focus. I am going to roll an opposed check. I am going to roll 5 dice. So I'm down to 12 threat. So, Callum, do you want to add any more dice to your roll?
Or would I do that? I don't think we've got anything left, do we?
You'd have to give me the threat back.
So to roll 4 dice, that would be 3 threats, right?
Yeah.
I will spend a fortune and give you 3 threats.
Okay.
So my skill is which attribute would that be? Insight or reason?
Insight, definitely.
Okay, so insight plus observation, that's a 10.
Okay. So
I roll,
me very
I roll
quickly.
4 dice, but my first one is worth a critical success already.
Yep. So we'll ignore the first one there.
It's all success, so it's 5 success.
So, so did you want to roll 5 and have one of them be set to a 1?
Oh, sorry. I clicked 5. I should have clicked 4. So I guess.
Yeah. It's 4. Well,
Okay.
let's ignore that last one. So
Yeah,
the first one is a 1. The last one we
Yep.
don't count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes,
Yep.
presumably. So let's see what I get now. I've got to roll.
And I've got a bonus against observation. I mean, I got a talent or whatever.
I've rolled 3 successes. So you have 2 momentum, and you do indeed spot a fairly tall, brawny man waiting at the pretzel stand. What strikes you about him is that he's not really queuing up. He's stood at the corner. He himself as well is smoking a cigarette, and he is just kind of casually looking around.
That's suspicious. Nobody would stay close to a pretzel stand and not purchase one. They're too sweet.
It's been in the time that you have been kind of observing and just checking around yourself. He's been there and he's just not doing anything. He doesn't look like he's waiting for somebody. He is being observant like yourself. This is the whole like counter espionage thing. You know what's going on here. I mean, he's doing his utmost to blend in. He's doing a good job, but you've been at this game a long while, so you've figured this out. That's all I'm going to give you in terms of that. As you look to your left as well, so you've checked this guy out. You think, okay, well, actually, hang on, let me have a look around. You look, and you see a face you recognize. It's of a guy, brown. Very, very short back and sides hair. He stares at you, and there's just that sinking feeling in your stomach for just a second of, oh man, I know that guy. Why do I know that guy? And you have 2 momentum.
You considered the face in the crowd, Sam? For me to be
For
recognized?
yourself?
Yeah, for myself.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I am going to knock off a couple of threat for that, but it's basically this is also a thing. So you've spotted the guy who's by the pretzel stand, minding everyone else's business, and you've spotted this guy who is staring at your face, and you've got that sinking feeling.
Okay, I can spend a momentum to have a memory, a recollection of who that person is.
Yeah, you can ask me a question, and I will answer truthfully about them. About the situation, about whatever you want to ask about the skill check you've just made.
Okay, I'd like to spend 1 momentum to remember. Where do I remember this guy from?
You fought with this man. You fought with him alongside him in the Spanish Civil War. He is, sorry, pardon my pronunciation. He is a poem.
Okay. Wow.
He is an anti-fascist agent. And he is here in Vienna, and he's staring at you.
I nod, and I make a brief gesture of the head, telling him to go around the corner to follow me.
He takes his bottle of beer.
And when I pass him by, I'm gonna whistle the same
Swigs.
song I've been.
Yeah.
Very faintly, so only here can hear it.
Yeah. And he slowly follows you out there. Constance, Sophia, I believe it's just the 2 of you that are actually making contact.
Yep.
Yeah. You walk up to Gisela. She notices you as you approach. She takes one final drag of her cigarette, drops it on the floor, strikes it out with her foot. She looks around herself a little bit quickly, and she says, "Thank you for coming. We must be quick." And that is where I'm going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
Because of course.
I didn't get to shoot anything.
All right.
Next time, Pruitt.
Next time. We have a very important thing to do now that we've had a bit of action and we've had some cool stuff happen. We need to do some XP. Okay. So you have not yet, well, okay, I'm going to let you. So you have made contact with Gisela. You have completed the first objective of your mission. I am going to award everybody 4 experience points.
Oh, heck yeah.
4 experience points. Stuff costs 10, so stand by.
Do we have a little mark for that?
Do we have a box for XP?
No, just make one. Have fun.
I've got so much weird stuff noted on my character sheet.
I'm keen to see
now.
where everyone puts it so that then I can secretly later put that in the same place on the character sheet we design. Outsourcing design since 2019.
He pays a fortune bit on right XP in it.
Let me check out quickly we are wrapping up, I promise. Sorry, Will. Right, let me look at the character creation stuff that we have in our little Google Drive. It's on trap. Don't worry. You can catch up on YouTube. Don't worry if you've only been able to catch the last 30 minutes. Our session 0 is up on YouTube. Session 1, A Trip to Kent, will be up soon as well during next week, I believe. And then so you can always catch up on YouTube. And I don't know whether I've been randomly secretly made a subscriber or something to this channel, but I'm sure you can also catch the video in the kind of recent broadcasts and stuff too. I've been able to watch them in the kind of few days afterwards, and then I don't know kind of when you have to be a subscriber to get the videos after that, but don't worry, you can always catch up and it's well worth it. It's got a cool role play. There's some Nazi punching. It was good fun. Oh man, this is okay, we were right to the bottom here. So
I punched Nazi today. Yeah
man,
we totally didn't burn down a cafe.
I totally punched a Nazi.
That's collateral.
Awesome. Yeah. Guys, if you look down to the bottom, if you want to, of your character creation bit in our Google Drive, then you'll have the advancement stuff, your after action reports. Okay, so we've done the 4 XP for everybody. What we are also going to do now is I want you guys to chat amongst yourselves. I'm not going to be involved unless I have to be, about who has performed any heroic deeds in this session. And then what we're going to do is we're going to rank them in, we're going to choose the best one, basically. So who performed heroic actions and why do you think they were awesome, apart from punching Nazis?
I was going to say Constance opened a gaping maw to the universe in front of some Nazis. So she punched their brains. So
punched their brains.
That would be my vote. Constance made them see a horror that is incomprehensible. I mean, it's hard to top that. Cool.
Who else did some cool stuff this session that you're really proud of?
I would vote for the captain. You ran out into traffic to try and get to us and help us out. That was pretty, with no thought to your own safety.
That was an awesome moment. That roll and that little tire punch, that was perfect, man.
It was really cool, yeah. And the soldier facing you and then deciding to go away.
But I feel like this should be...
I'm the bane of Nazi radials. So.
Stay away from my cars, basically. But I feel like honorable mention should go to Sophia for the clutch "Let's set the cafe on fire" as a distraction play.
Oh, bam! That was awesome.
That was so good.
Cool. All right. Okay. Cool. So we've got our moments. I think with chat as well, the occult action is going to be the one for Constance. So Constance. I mean, unless anyone's suddenly going to out-nominate or outvote me or something, I'm suggesting that Constance gets the 4 XP for the most heroic thing, and the other honorable mentions each get 1 XP.
All right.
Thank
cool.
You.
So let's apply that.
So are you keeping track of that first?
That was for the mentions. So we had. The other ones were, I'm sorry, Callum, I don't think you're in it. It was
that's okay.
Ward and Sophia.
It was, Ward and Sophia got
Ward,
the other. Got 2 XP each. Sorry, it says 2 XP here on my draft.
Oh.
So doing heroic stuff is going to get you XP. That's what it's all about. All right. So let's bear this in mind for future sessions as well, guys. You can gain XP when you invoke one of your character truths to gain a fortune point. So if you're running low on fortune points and you really need something to happen, basically, if you decide that one of your truths makes something more difficult, and we make that happen, then you'll get a fortune point, I believe, out of it. Or actually, sorry, you'll get a fortune point, and then I will get a complication to then kind of use on you, or I'll get it to get some threat or something. When you do that, then you will get 1 XP. You'll also get an XP if you failed a skill test where you bought 1 or more bonus D20s. Did anyone think they did that tonight, where they bought some stuff with momentum, they thought they were going to do really well, didn't quite get there?
Nope.
I didn't think we had a fail, no.
We had a good session tonight, so I think we're all good. But if you do fail in future and you've bought some D20s, so if you're rolling 3 or more, then if you fail, you get an XP, because you will learn by not doing, essentially, learning from experience. And then, oh my god, okay, I spent a ton of threat at one point, didn't I? Like a bajillion.
Yeah,
yes,
you did.
I spent a load for the SS to turn up, and then I spent a load on that dice roll to be stealthy. So everybody gets another 2 XP each.
Yeah.
So if I spend 3 or more threat at once, then everyone gets an XP, just because it's nasty. Okay. So at the moment, everything costs 10 XP. I'm not sure entirely on the balance of this, but obviously this is what testing's for. So what you can do with 10 XP is you can improve one of your attributes by 1. You can't actually increase. You can't actually increase any attribute above 12. So 12 is your proper ceiling.
Sorry about that.
Skills. That's all right. I didn't see any of that either.
No, my mum didn't come in. She was asking if I was still up. I don't think she realised that I was still streaming till 1 a.m.
Fair. So yeah. So you attribute like ceiling is 12. You can improve one of your skills by 1 as well. So either of these is going to basically make your target number that bit better. Mom, I'm shooting some Nazis, Mom.
God, leave me alone.
Yeah. You can't increase any of your skills above 5, so 5 is the ceiling for that. With 10 XP, you can also gain a focus. So if you want to focus in one of your really awesome skills, so more fighting focuses or more history focuses, whatever, then you can do that. You can also, with 10 XP, gain a whole talent as well, which I wonder is maybe a little bit too snacky, but you can also do that too. So V, I'm sure you'll bug me at some point in the week. So we'll figure that out. And you guys have a little think as well. On what you want to spend your stuff on. So that is our game for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're online every week, and next week, well, actually, not next week. I have my wife's birthday to attend, so I can't punch Nazis with you all, I'm afraid. We might work something out. We're talking to Will about maybe this kind of substitute session, might do a rerun, something like that. We're not sure, but I won't be here next week, but we're on every week after that. 5 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. GMT. You can also watch on YouTube back, and also on some of the recent broadcasts on this here Twitch channel. You can also watch me and Virginia play casual D&D on a Thursday night. We play at about 9 o'clock GMT. So that's, I guess, 4 p.m. Eastern. Yeah. And we're playing in Tal'Dorei. So we're playing like Critical Role setting. So Virginia's taken me through that because I was interested in that too. And that's with kind of Modifius and chums, isn't it? Like, and just pretty casual.
It's like Modifa D&D, I think somebody has called it before.
Modifa D&D, we had that before. Yeah. So a bit of a casual game, but it's all good fun as well. So let's go around as well and chat to the rest of the crew. Pruitt, you enjoy this session? You got to punch some Nazis, man. It was awesome.
Hey, any session where I can punch a Nazi is a win in my book. So the rest of it, it's just gravy. Just gravy on top, baby. So this was absolutely awesome. I so wanted to shoot that Nazi running away in the back. But anyway, next time. So I look forward to getting back with the full crew once you're able to rejoin us and take us through this whatever this is going on beneath the big wheel in Vienna. So until then, I am Pruitt. I'm one half of WebDM. You can check us out on YouTube where we have our advice videos and things like that. We have games on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday on Twitch. And we got a little special something coming up, but I'm going to let my other cast member take care of that. And also at some point here in the next couple of weeks, I think we're going to have an RPGN or something. I don't know. Who knows? It's been kind of random. As schedules are hard to align as they were. But until then, I can't wait. Also, Twitter, Instagram, JPru Inc. I'm over there. Hey, I can't wait. Let's punch more Nazis and maybe shoot them this time.
Yeah, man. Well, that's going to cause some noise. But yeah, absolutely. Totally. All right. But I'm going to skip over you. We're going to talk to Susanna Grace. Not much telly this session. I was surprised.
Not much Tetley, but he is a very good. I told you he was a great Nazi sniffer dog, and he found a Nazi in that bookshop. So he's doing it. He's doing it. He's a good boy. But yeah, I absolutely adored this session. It was great to have some action. I can't wait to shoot a Nazi. I can't wait to get my chance to punch a Nazi. Maybe with my trench knife too. That would be fun. But I am Susanna Grace, also known as Susie, and you can find me all over the internet at Susanna Grace. I am on Encounter Roleplay every Thursday as the DM for the viewer game, which is Once Upon a Time, which is Brooklyn Nine-Nine meets Shrek, and it's a lot of fun. They're very, very bad at being police.
That's
very
amazing.
bad at being police. So tune in for that because it's really fun. And on Sunday at 8 p.m. GMT, there is a brand new show starting up on WebDM called The Lost Girls, which is a Cypher system game based around vampires in the 80s. And I'm so excited to play. I've got a costume, I've got contact lenses, I've got some fake teeth. I am so good to go. So tune in for that. It's going to be great. And otherwise, please follow me on Twitter or look at my pinned tweet and you'll see where I am in the week, what channel I'm on, and what game I'm playing. So yeah, thank you all so much.
I will genuinely be watching that. That sounds amazing. Shauna, over to you. You've proved integral to several parts of this game already with your language skills and your ability to just set things on fire.
Yeah, it was great. I got some occult stuff. Got a little bit of Nazi punching in there, and everyone got out alive. Nothing. I was afraid for that cafe, but yeah, it's great. But yeah, I'm Flying Sheriffs on Twitter. Games all over the place, especially on Saturdays on Power Square RPG at 6:30 in Hell's Rebels, which is a 5e conversion of a Pathfinder module where a bunch of kind of spoiled nobles kind of like try and start a revolution in like a hellish city, and it's very strange, but it's very funny. I love it.
Nice. Awesome. Callum, what have you got coming up? Who is this guy? This is cool.
Well, Jordan, I play with Jordan on Wednesday nights on Earthly Twilights. It's awesome.
That's nice, man. That's nice. But Callum, you got this guy, like
Oh yeah.
eyeing you, and now you're gonna have a little chat.
Yeah, very
Distracted
reminisce the
chat.
good times and the very bad times. I'm very curious to find out more about him, and it's an odd place to meet. If there was any normal place to meet this kind of passing acquaintances. No, yeah, I cannot wait to find out more. I'm curious also to bring up stuff from my past with Constance when I have a moment. And yeah, this is all extremely exciting, and those 2 weeks gonna be very long for me to wait for that session. What are you doing, Sam? Just you can cancel, huh? And have this session? No?
Quite like my marriage. It's decent.
Yeah, marriage are nice. Anyway, so yeah, I'm the host of the Release Podcast, and I don't know the next session then will happen after February 4th. And on February 4th, we got the London Slut Drinks and Dice, which is a monthly drink for tabletop RPG fans in London. So just Google that, London Le, like in French D, London Le Drinks and Dice on Facebook, and you will find our event on February 4th. It's just a drink with people from all the clubs of London are supposed to show up and have a drink, and there's some artisan pizza at the bargain price.
Artisan pizza. Awesome. I'll go for that alone. Sweet. All right. Well, let me just finish up by saying, if you want, we'd love for you to get in touch. If you want to try the 2D20 edition of Achtung Cthulhu, if you go to modifius.com/AC2D20 beta, that's AC2D20 beta. I'll post it in the chat. You can apply to beta test this very game here. I'm going to post a link in chat. Here we go. There it is. Right there. Yes. Awesome. If you've seen something about the game you think is really cool, or if you think you've seen something that you're not sure about, or maybe you think needs a tweak, then we would love to hear from you. You can reach out to me at Twitter at RPGWebby. You can reach Virginia at Tabletop Horde, and don't forget to tag at Modifius as well. But that is it for tonight, folks. Remember to punch those Nazis in the tentacles if you get a chance in the next 2 weeks. I will see you in 2 weeks. Farewell, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for playing. Farewell.